coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends.
So hard to see the light.
We wanna get it crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. We wanna get it crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends.
to the VCT Game Changers APAC LCQ. This is the last stage, do or die moment. I'm Tashbunny alongside Sleepy, and I'm excited because I've always wanted this cast to happen.
Well, I'm honored right here to be casting with you, Tashbunny. It's been a while since we've been plotting to do this, haven't we? Like, when are we gonna do this? When are we finally gonna cast together? And it's happening today on this very important day for these two teams that's gonna be playing today, Tash. It's crazy how it's come to this. These two teams are gonna be the final two, fighting for that final slot into Game Changers Elite in the Asia Pacific region. And everything is on the line, because if they don't win today, then that's pretty much it for them.
It for the year at least,
Yeah.
but I have to say that the two teams that made it here today are not necessarily teams that everyone expected it to be. It's
Honestly,
X Team BO and W Streak FE. X Team BO, I have to say, is the team that really caught me off guard. We have never really seen them play together before. Team from Malaysia, Singapore, and I'm sad to say, as a Malaysia Singapore representative, I'm so proud.
And this is what I was talking about to Control yesterday when we were casting together. You are allowed to be biased today because there's X Team Bo. We've been corrected, by the way, Tash.
Oh,
It's
X Team Bo.
Yeah. I mean, we were
okay.
doing that. We were doing the X Team BO with Quack as well, but then, oh no, it's X Team Bo. And
Bo.
we were casting the X Team Bo versus X10 Sapphire yesterday, and we were messing it up every like 5 seconds. X10, X Team. But yeah, the fact is, X Team Bo, you are correct. We haven't really seen them play that much, but interestingly, they have been around for quite some time, Tash. Even from Open, which is what you guys have watched and what you guys are seeing now on your screen. We have come all the way from Open 1, 2, 3, and 4, and of course Open Overtime was also over, and these are the two teams trying to make it because they haven't been able to qualify through those two.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about a lot of these players, even though it comes from a new team, it's most likely they've played before under another name. Now,
right.
seeing the fact that sometimes, you know, like how they say you find your Prince Charming, you gotta kiss a lot of frogs. Sometimes you gotta play with a lot of different players to find the one.
Yes.
Speaking of the one, these are the teams that have made it so far. We have Alter Ego Celeste, Brunny Sports SMD, Orangutan Zol Meraki, Enigma Galaxy. I mean, technically, we already have the last two.
Yeah.
But we just want to see who's the best of the best.
Well, actually, we don't have the last two just yet.
Wait, we don't?
Yeah, we don't. This is actually a qualification match. The last two teams playing today, they're fighting for one more slot because X10 Sapphire, they got a slot. And either W Strict Female or X Team Bo will be joining them later.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
For now, these are the amount of teams that registered for the Game Changers APAC LCQ. There's a lot of teams that really want to make it up there.
Yeah.
And seeing that all these teams, seeing so many girls just really come up together and play, really makes me so excited because it shows that the female gaming community is not as tiny as the internet says it to be.
No, it's not. And while we have come down to the playoffs and we have had 8 teams played it out, and of course we're only left with 2 now because X10S, of course, they've qualified to Elite. Now it's just W Streak Female and of course X Team Bo. And thank you to the other teams as well. Big Scythe, Madness Zen, Arf Starlight, Black Magic, Basis 6 that we saw play yesterday. Unfortunately, had to go out early because W Streak Female said no. That's my slot you're trying to take. And, well, they are here today. And this is going to be the final match today and in the LCQ. And, well, these are the prizes that they can get. At least there's some consolation, right, Tash? But, of course, it's not going to feel as nice because you don't get to qualify. But if you do qualify, you get an extra $1,200 US. That's pretty dope.
It's a lot for a Southeast Asian when you think about it.
Correct.
But when you think about it, at least there is the idea that you've made it this far.
Exactly.
With the sheer amount of teams that came through and you guys made it to the top 8 is already bragging rights in itself. And it's really exciting to see where these girls go. And I like the fact that we're seeing more and more of these newer teams come through as well, which really shows that they're really trying to find a way to make it out on top, be it with the same teams or finding a different chemistry. Speaking of chemistry, these are our brackets here. Now we're gonna go to the lower bracket today, where we're trying to see between X Team BO and W Streak Female which one will be going up to the grand finals, not grand finals, but to say to qualify for Elite.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of tricky, isn't it? Because I was
Yeah, it
actually
is.
messed up yesterday as well, and I thought, oh, today we're going to play the lower bracket finals too, but no, actually not. And well, today we are finally going to see this lower bracket finals play out between X Team Bo and W Streak Female. Honestly, they've been pretty amazing. The last time I saw them play was yesterday, because I was casting them. And X Team Bo, even though they did lose out pretty quickly against X10 Sapphire, I think they've got some really great potential in them. Individually, there are really, really strong players in there. And I can't wait to see how they fix their mistakes that stem from yesterday's matches between X10 X10S and X Team Bo. And W Streak Female, on the other hand, is also great in terms of their dominance, aside from losing to X10S. So these are the two teams that lost out to X10S, Tash. So this is like, you know, okay, never mind. We lost to X10S. Let them go to Elite. But now, who from both of us will get to follow in their footsteps? So that's the question that's going to be answered today.
It's a very interesting situation, as both teams, they want to move forward not only to qualify for Elite, but also they have a grudge against X10S, who threw them all
Yeah.
the way down to the lower bracket. And seeing how they've played, I think one of the most dominating teams. I mean, it was not surprising seeing X10S move forward. They've been hungry. They've been going crazy since stage 1. And seeing them up there finally is probably a huge relief for them, because you know, it's like they've been doing it over and over again and not quite get us clinching it. And this is the moment of truth here between these two teams. W Streak Female with their rebrand from L Streak, and I think this rebrand is great from them because they've gone all the way here with the rebrand. And this is for X Team Bo. They are a team that's newly formed. Not inexperienced, but I have to say the way they play really, really embodies that Singapore, Malaysia sort of play style. Very aggressive, very adaptable in so many different ways.
Yeah, especially yesterday against X10S. The first two maps, it was kind of quick, so we didn't get to see much from X Team Bo. But third map on Bind, they were actually doing really great against X10S. And there were so many moments where I thought, oh, this could be a closer for X Team Bo. But unfortunately, they had to fall again. But these are your players from X Team Bo: Interbell, Olulu, Snowkey, Valentine, and VK. I have to say, one of the highlights since yesterday should be VK today. Tash, she has been amazing and very consistent, and I can't wait to see more from her.
I'm really liking VK's fate. VK's fate is very aggressive.
Yes.
Really like seeing it. Just kind of reminiscent to what we saw from Boom Esports on how they use their fate. But Valentine on the chamber is also something to behold. She barely ever misses.
Some really good shots coming out of them. Snow, she was the highlight yesterday, but as in we were trying to put the spotlight on her, but she didn't really step up to the spotlight, unfortunately. Olulu, on the other hand, was kind of overlooked before, but yesterday she showed us some really good clutches, and I'm really impressed about the way they play together around her. And of course, they're going to be playing against W Streak Female. Now, they are really looking really solid. And we have Mimi, Rosie, Cupcake, Nuki, and Noxie. Noxie and Nuki, these two, oh my goodness, they were just popping off yesterday. And Nuki, one fact from yesterday's match, Tash, on the first map on Breeze, as an attacker KO, she got like 9 first bloods.
9. Wow, 9 first bloods
Amazing.
As an initiator
KO.
is great.
Yeah.
It's so
insane.
good.
It's
I mean, she's really like the way that Nuki plays her initiators is something that I really love to see. She's the type of initiator who is not afraid to use her utils to her advantage, right? Similar to what you'd see if, say, someone were to use a fate, she'd be probably walking with her prowler. Now, when you look at Noxie is just that really aggressive, I would say, duelist. And what's so great about her is the way that Nuki and Noxie move together into the site. It's kind of like what you see from Papera. It's like Jing, Forsaken kill is like Noxie, Nuki kill kind of situation.
Exactly. They got the same vibes, basically, right? So I'm really excited to see them again. And Nuki, as you said, she's not afraid to use her utilities, and she's also not afraid to just take fights on her own. And usually when you're playing a support role, you feel kind of pressured to stay safe and stay alive for as long as you can so that you can support your teammates for as much as you can. But Nuki said, no, I got this. You can relax. I'll just flash in on my own. I'll get the first bloods. I'll open up the side for you guys, and then you entry. That's not how it's supposed to work, but that's how she made it work, and that's pretty amazing. I love it.
That's a really interesting thing about W Streak as well, is the fact that they do switch out their players. They have 6 players actually, and they do switch out Rosie with another player once in a while, depending on the map. And we have seen Rosie really pop off, especially on, I believe it was Fracture and Breeze. I think those are the 2 maps that we saw her play prior. And she's a really good controller, very aggressive, not afraid to really take up space, and is very different to how you would see a controller play that is more backside and more safe.
Yeah, and this is what I like about W Streak Female. They have formed their identity of playing without limits individually, as in they're all brave enough to just go on their own and make plays of their own, and that's what players and teams need in a team, you know? Because if you're not taking initiatives, then you're just waiting to lose, and that's not W Streak Female. And X Team Bo, even though we didn't see too much out of them yesterday on the first 2 maps, but I've seen a glimpse of light from X Team Bo on that 3rd map against X10S, which they're gonna pick for their first map today, which is Bind. And I like this choice because I think there's some confidence thing going on here as well, Tash, because yesterday they were destroyed on the first 2 maps against X10S, 13-3, 13-3, but on Bind they managed to get 8 rounds, and maybe that's the momentum and mindset they want to bring in today. You know what? We're pretty good on Bind. Let's pick it for our first map, and I think that's a great choice.
And you think about it again, I'm not surprised that W Streak Female chose Breeze. It is one of their best maps. I'm surprised they didn't go for Fracture, but honestly, X10 did ban it. They already saw how great they've been on that map. Now for Haven, now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, at least for both teams, because this map is sort of like a big puzzle where there's so many different cracks and areas for those lurks. In terms of lurks, I'm seeing a lot more active lurks from W Streak, but I'm sure that if, say, X10 Bo actually did their homework, I'm sure they have an anti-flank or anti-lurk strat coming through for that as well. And I think for Ascent as well, I think it's an OG map. Even though WSF did pick it, I think both teams have a 50-50 sort of situation. I'm trying my best not to look at stats for now, because sometimes stats give a different answer to what we can expect, especially during tournament time where you don't necessarily get to play every single map.
That's right. And this is why it's exciting to be casters, Stash. We get to see what's going on while the game is happening. So we're going to be able to comment on that as we see what's happening. So let's just wait for that. And what we can do right now is, of course, speculate on those agents, those compositions. That's been very interesting from these 2 teams, since they're always swapping roles out. They're always changing the agents. For example, VK. VK is usually playing that, I believe, Initiators or Sentinels. And yesterday, she was also playing a Neon. And that's what's making it so interesting to see these teams play out their agent compositions, because you might never know. You might never be able to, I guess, predict what they're going to pick up. And that makes it kind of impossible for you to anti-strat. And when you can't anti-strat, you're going to be forced to play around your own gameplay. And that's going to force you to be very creative and very adaptive in the game itself. And that's what I'm excited for today.
Yeah, I think the fact that they're able to play this flexibly, it really shows a different understanding toward not only the agents, but toward what they can expect from the other team as well. So because they're not locked into one position, it means that they can not only swoop around with their teammates, but also allows their teammates to play around each other. If say that one it's not really feeling it, I'll just take them out and just say, okay, I'll take the wheel today. Regardless, if you look at X Team Bo, I feel like we didn't really get to talk about them. It felt like Interbell from the beginning of the tournament was really showing a lot of, I would say, promise to me, especially with how she plays her Sentinels. We saw a Cypher yesterday, and also we did see the Breach. Brimstone. And I want to talk about her Killjoy. Her Killjoy plays also have been very solid. She's really good at really playing those very, very just wait behind, be the last man standing situations, able to get those band-aid situations as well. Now, when you talk about their performance against X10, I think the idea was just more of like nerves. When you think about it, it's a little bit hard to really get the momentum when you're going against such a big team toward the end. And the fact that they're still able to take one map from X10S is pretty admirable.
Yeah, it was really impressive the way they recovered on the 3rd map. And the thing is, you're right. I think I agree to the fact that you said it was about nerves and, maybe their mentality going into that game wasn't really on point. But I'm hoping since yesterday they've talked about it, they've really discussed and pinned down all the mistakes that they've made. And they're going to go and fix that today. I believe that they're going to be a whole different X-Team Bo that we're going to see today. And that means we're going to be able to see more creativity, more bravery, because we saw a little bit of that on the third map yesterday, and that's just exciting. Unfortunately, of course, they didn't close out. So today, they're going to hope to show that again and maybe even add on some cherry on top. So I really love seeing that.
That what?
The X-Team Bo.
I was just like, yes.
You were waiting for something?
waiting
no,
for so
that was
long.
it. That was it. The X-Team Bo is what I love to see because again, the potential is there. But you said it. It's just nerves, man.
I think also another thing, let's talk a little bit about the composition they played on Bind yesterday. We were expecting Valentine on the Chamber. We saw VK on the Fade. Snooki was obviously on the Raze, Olulu on the Sky, and Interbell on the Brimstone. And I would say this is a very, very solid lineup. I think I would like to say that Bind is technically a map really made for Fade. You have so many different angles to work with in terms of how you want to throw the haunt, how you want to put your prowlers in. It's just so nice using her. You get a lot of value as well as you can take up so much space. Now, one of the most interesting lineups I like here is the fact that using Sky and Fade at the same time. So if you remember Nigma Galaxy's coach, it was Trix. This is actually one of her favorite lineups, just because you can clear so many different angles with this, with the Prowler, with the Trailblazer, and on top of that, you can actually swing with those and get a lot of value. So it really just kind of like leaves a lot of space for your Chamber to just get those picks from the backside and do the anti-lurk, and also Brimstone just play safe and just be able to put those smokes down.
Yeah, I agree. I think those two initiators are really aggressive, and this gives them the option to just go for it and maybe take initiatives early in the round and use each of their utilities that are refreshable, at least for the Sky with her Guiding Light and the Fade with her Haunt. And of course, the stopping power on Fade, I feel like it's kind of underrated because with C's, especially on Bind, there are TPs available, right? The teleporters are allowing you to switch back from playing A or B, and it can actually be stopped just like that with one single utility from Fate, which is the C's. And we've seen this happen before with some of the plays like with Boom Esports, like you mentioned. They used Fade on Bind, and they've somehow always been able to stop their opponents from rotating from one side to the other because of the teleporters, because they just throw in a C's in there, and they just can't go anywhere.
Waste time and spray.
A lot of time wasted, exactly. And this is something that's opening up a lot of options for them, and this means they can be more flexible, and this is what we need to see from them. And especially coupled with the taking care of the nerves that they've had from yesterday, that would really open up that dam and just let the water flow.
Speaking of water flow, on the other side of coin, W Streak, I think the last time they actually played Bind was back during Nigma Galaxy FE. It was a long time ago.
That's a long time.
But they do have a lot of different setups, but the setup that they played during the time was a Sky, Raze, a Neon, a Cypher, and a Brimstone. I like Cypher. I know that everyone says that. Everyone says that Cyphers are just like so weak and stuff, but I think put in the right hands, it can be pretty scary, especially as we know, like, I don't know why, but every single Cypher I know and Killjoy I know has insane aim.
Well, thank you. I'm a Cypher main. I appreciate that, Tash. No, but you're right. I feel like Cypher is way too underrated. I feel like teams are going to start to transition into a Cypher meta because of the Chamber nerf. But right now, it's just that it's not happening yet because it's so recent. You know, these Chamber nerfs, teams are still trying to figure out how to fit a Cypher into their composition. And it's understandable if you can't make it work right now. But as you learn, I think Cypher is going to provide so much value in terms of map control, in terms of anchoring capabilities, and we know with the aggressiveness that teams are provided with Fade, Sky, and maybe even KO, Cypher is going to be able to counter all that. But maybe not against KO, because we saw how that played out yesterday. Every time the KO has null command, Cypher is like, Now what?
Yeah, I think a great way to kind of counter that is to put, since Cypher is pretty global, is basically
Exactly.
just put your setups on one side and hit to the
Just
other.
go the other. Yeah. you're
Yeah,
right.
you can still, you are still able to use your cam as well as your traps, but the only value you won't be getting is those like immediate, I would say, kind of like swing outs as soon as they step into those traps or the cage. However, your teammates are still able to abuse that and use that, using comms. So it's the same thing, kind of like what you're using with a Viper. I think with Viper you can use that as well. We have seen Viper on Bind, but I feel like her popularity on that map is going down.
Yeah, it's more like teams are finding more ways to play the map, right? Double controllers, it was a thing since Fnatic tried it. You know, Viper with Brimstone, Viper with Astra when Astra was still in the meta. It's good, and we saw that play out yesterday when Extend was running it. But as you said, it's running out of the meta because I guess people get bored playing Viper. You know, Viper is just a little too monotonous in terms of her way to play the game, because just put the wall down, put the poison cloud down, try to lurk in, and when you plant the spike, go back and post plant, and that's it. But of course, Cupcake says, I'm fine with that. As long as I can win, why not? Why not? And Cupcake, she's going to be trying to show us some really good Viper plays, and look at that. Double controllers, again, for W Streak Female.
Interesting, but it's double initiators for X Team BO. It's gonna provide a lot of value on attack, but I can already sort of anticipate an aggressive defense as well for X Team BO. Just because of this composition, you got the Seas, you got the Haunt. As soon as you get, also you have that Trailblazer coming through with the Conquest, you can just swing out if you want to. Especially on those eco rounds, you want to really be careful against teams that have this, at least these sort of utilities.
Yeah, I like this lineup from X Team Bo, because yesterday we saw how they played against X10S, and they were not able to just be brave and execute when the double controller setup are happening. So today, learning from yesterday, I really hope X Team Bo can just go ahead, be brave, and just say, you know what, we don't care about these controllers. Let them put down their smokes, let them put down all their utilities. We're just gonna burst in. And we've seen that work before, so why not do it again? And I think X Team Bo knows exactly what to do today.
I think the problem with what X Team Bo has is that patience coming in from X10S. It's really hard to really figure out a team that really takes their time. Trailblazers are already inside. Both teams are just like trading out utils at this point. It really spoked out as well. So there's already full control of showers, at least from the team of W Streak, and they have full control of A still. It's really hard to push out when look at how aggressive the angles were from Interbell as well as Snowkey.
Yeah, I love this positioning from Mimi. It's very brave. This is something you have to do when you're a chamber. But the interesting is, I don't think she has her teleport down. So
she really doesn't.
Yeah, she really doesn't. So it's a one and done position. If she does get a kill, she can't really run the Vu out of there. In fact, she does have a TP. What?
It was on the
site. It doesn't
site.
show up. All right,
Yeah, it wasn't
whatever.
on the
I
map.
didn't see it on the minimap. It's really, really tricky. But hey, she's safe. It's still a 5v5, and they're taking their time. X Team Bo.
I was sort of expecting Mimi to land that shot because
Me
Mimi
too.
has had some pretty strong opening shots.
Yeah.
At least from what we've seen so far. Regardless, this is
40
a very,
seconds
very
left.
slow take. I think this is something that
Yes.
XTB learned from their match yesterday, but it's gonna be Valentine with the opening immediately burst of speed coming through here, and Cupcake against one. Gonna get traded by VK. The slow rotations coming in since 3 were on A. They have 12 seconds. No problem getting it down.
No problem at all, but it is a 3v4 retake. And VK, a little too aggressive, will be taken out by Noxy, and the flash is good. We'll be able to take one. Olulu, that's a good trade, and Noxy will finally take one down, but it is a 1v2, Tash. Can she do this?
H-Shells would have forced them at least out of the area. Does tap. They're coming in from the wraparound. 2 different areas as Valentine. 2 taps. That's all she needs with the Headhunter. Gets an upgrade as well. That's a really nice gun, I have to say. My favorite skin.
Oh, you like the Gaia?
I love the guy. It's not
I
coming on my
agree.
shot, man.
That's why buy the bundle. Why are you not buying the bundle when it came out?
It wasn't free at the time. I was casting. But coming back to this, do you see how well they did that Crossfire?
Yes, I love it. I think it's also the fact that they were not afraid to execute right after Valentine got that first kill. And this is what I'm talking about. X Team Bo, they can just do that every time. Try and go slow at first, get a kill, and then just burst in because they do have that explosive abilities on the agents, like Raze, for example. So all they have to do is just wait.
That's the opening we talked about.
Ay, ay, ay.
And Noxy took that whole room but to her face. 16 HP left. There is Olulu with the heals, though.
Yeah. I think that's fine. That HP is not going to be a problem as long as she's with her teammates. But problem is Nuki. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. So I don't think she's going to be too safe now if she decides to stay. And the interesting thing is, X Team Bo, I think they know that they shouldn't be going into a 4-stack at But what is going on?
God,
Oh my god, she turned her back!
Oh, that was a good trade, I have to say. That's one back, but I wouldn't say it's the best situation. Regardless, WSF only lost one. And on the other hand, for XTB, they lost one of their initiators. Now, the great thing about their lineup is the fact that they still have at least smokes as well as another initiator. So it's still very, very much doable.
30 seconds
But
left.
this slow sort of pacing, in a way, is kind of like biting them back because you can see the repositioning coming through. It's really fast rotations here from WSF. They're going to be planting on the backside. Interval gonna get that one tap at least to Mimi. Just gonna wait here inside of container as Noki not gonna push forward, just waiting for anyone wanting to push through the smoke instead. For now, Cupcake, Noxy, so very low. Rosie gonna play inside of the smokes here. She does have the Molly. She can move to the other side if she wants to. Cupcake just trying to get that distraction, but Noxy's the one to get interval. But look at the spray from Snowkey and PK. One more 3-piece for Snowkey. Round 2 in the bag for them. But now round 3 is WSF's bonus.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you see a Spectre close range and she starts running gunning, I think you know who's gonna win that match. So, but that was a great shot from Mimi. It was almost like a winning shot as well. Unfortunately, when she was taking her time towards Garden, peeking out at the right time, Interbell was ready for her, so it wasn't available to her to get that kill to turn it into a 4v2. So it was still a pretty tough retake due to the gun advantage on the side of X Team Bo. But all that is fine as we see an aggressiveness towards Hookah. Fast B, Tash.
Has to be. It is their eco after all. Not everyone got to keep their guns from the last round as well. They got, what, 3 kills out of that? I would say it was a pretty expensive round. They can't bring it here. Now, Cupcake with the opening shot onto Lulu. Great, through the smoke too. Now, XTB, they have an idea. They can either push through or they can play the teleports. But look where exactly the other 2 players are. Or to catch them in case they do. Game shot's gonna clear out the corner. Immediately gonna see this kind of sprays come through from Mimi Snowkey. Gets one Yuki, 1-2. It's a trade on trade from each other. 2 versus 3. They do hear the plant come through. I think they changed their mind. They do decide to just go teleport. But for now, Mimi holding this angle sprays out. Gets Snowkey straight in the face. There's still one more Interbell to worry about. And for now, Rosie from Hookah. Not gonna be a tall order for them to get this defuse.
Yeah, that 1v3 was kind of awkward because she was getting pinched from Hookah and from Defender spawn, so there wasn't really that much Interbell could have done. And unfortunately for them, as they were entering the site from Garden, they were all focused on the Garden area, so there was no crossfire as they were entering the site. Everybody was just tunneling from the same area, and it made it a little easy for WSF to hold out. Look at this, Nuki just swings, and fortunately Interbell was able to get that shot, but it was a great one. And in the end, it almost made it work, but the push was a little questionable from Snow. But it was understandable because she had to make something happen, otherwise they're just going to get pinched. So it's just unfortunate that it didn't work out because Mimi was ready.
Look how aggressive WSF are.
Yeah, look at
On
that.
top of that, I think the utils also played a great role. I would really like to see XTB sort of bait out more utils. Because if you see how WSF work, they're not using their utils until they're really, really sure. They don't use all of them at once, which is what's so good about them. Regardless, now we're on even playing fields again, as both teams are lock and loaded except for Cupcake on the Spectre. But we know on this map, Spectres can get a lot of value, especially if you're playing those close angles.
Yeah. I love this rotate though. They're stacking 3A. So if X Team Bo decides to push now, they're actually ready.
Here comes the orbital strike. Interbell does find Noxy, but this little Molly is not allowing them that space. Really planting out in the open seas to check if anyone's playing inside of the smokes. Snooki pushing forward as two people hit it with the double spray for Rosie. Moves away, 11 HP left. Mimi coming to help her teammate here. As Rosie is still very much alive. They do still have the stim beacon as well, but for now Olulu gonna get straight to the head, but Mimi will trade out in return. 2 versus 2, still very much doable. Felt guess one cupcake with the Spectre. Gonna drop that. But the gun diff too strong here in the NS. XTB take this one.
Wow, that was such a great crossfire, and the trades, it just happened trade after trade after trade. And in the end, it was X Team Bo who came out on top because they did have the numbers advantage, so it was bound to be on their side, you know, this trade that's happening. And it was great that Olulu had a pretty good shot onto Rosie, holding on to that U-Haul control, making it a little hard for WFS to wrap around and catch VK off guard. So overall, it was a great execution from X Team Bo, great post plant as well, good trades. The discipline is starting to show, and I love it.
That's how each team is just trades. Actually, each round is closer than I thought it would be. Noxy taking a little bit of chip damage through the wall, but look at how many people are on B already. It's only leaving Cupcake on A.
And I think this is a great decision, especially with that tour de force. This needs to find something. Mimi needs to try and at least get 1 kill to open up the opportunity to gain advantage through the numbers. But unfortunately, she's pushed out. She's going to have to rotate back to A in time if they want to catch these rotation from X Team Bo. And I think they're really wise to this. Somehow, they're aware that there's a stack towards B, and they just want to go find that little cupcake towards a U-Haul.
But look at how many people already moving toward B. This cut of noise, they're taking too much time to rotate. But if they want, they can just immediately run into B. They do have the man advantage, but it's gonna be the TP. All eyes are on Showers now as they push forward. VK using the Prowler just to clear out the angles. Flash does come through as well. Sees as well
30
used
seconds left.
as all of her utils. She does have Nightfall. She can make it happen. Show it to, there he goes. It's coming through. Okay, pushing forward here, straight to the face with the Sheriff. Beautiful shot. Moving forward here is gonna be the showstopper. Snooki gets 2! A lot of value with the ultimate. Mimi, she needs to make something happen to her, of course, but she can't really see anything. Seekers, she's gonna know there's someone waiting on the side here, but Noxy does get VK. And for now, Mimi still waiting. Are you gonna push forward? Is the question. Interval is very low. The defuse does come through. This is great. Anyone springs out, they're just gonna pop their heads. For now, here comes the Noxy also gets 2 with that. What are these showstoppers? Thrifty! They get this. Free upgrades.
What in the world? 2 showstoppers, 4 kills? This is an insane raise round for both teams. And I was actually worried that Mimi missed that shot, but then the showstopper just came and cleaned up. And this shot from Cupcake, dude, this round was just filled with amazing mechanics for both sides. And I can't believe that that round actually went to the way of a WSF. That's just crazy how to think how the showstoppers, you're right, the showstoppers are just insane.
That's why it's called a showstopper.
Exactly. Well, we made something yesterday.
It's a timeout now!
It is a timeout. We made something to call the showstopper on the side of X Team Bo the snowstopper, because it's Snowkey playing
That's pretty
it,
good.
you know?
Yeah, Nuki got 2.
Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
she
good.
did get 2, exactly.
So if
Anyway.
it's Noxy, the Snockstopper?
You're forcing it, Tash. Come on. No, thank you.
Man.
But all right, talking about this game, I think so far WSF have done a great job trying to delay X Team Bo. And X Team Bo, we're still seeing some of that hesitation, you know, trying to take as much time as they can. But then it turned out that it's actually biting them in the back. Because as they slowed down, as they cut noise, it's actually giving some time for WSF to rotate as well. And that's what we saw on A.
They should have just hit B again, honestly.
Yeah.
They should have done a fake rotate. I mean, they had the idea.
Exactly.
They just didn't, the execution just wasn't there.
Let's play.
So I'm really hoping to see more from X Team Bo in terms of just, you know, executing. Just go for it instead of, you know, taking their time, giving time to WSF to rotate, because as you can see, the map control from WSF is actually pretty deep towards B long. This is going to give them so much info that there's nothing happening at B, and sooner or later someone's going to rotate to A.
Look at that Viper wall throughout mid and also teleports as well. you get so much value because you're covering a lot of the mid area. So now it's less areas to take care of. Speaking of taking care of will be Valentine. Prowler will have to make Noxy move out of the way using the satchel defensively, not allowing at least that push out toward them as Cupcake. Oh, they're moving side by side!
No.
And Cupcake does find another one in the pocket. Noxy repositioning. Not too sure how many people are there. It's just gonna be spraying out, not sure what exactly they're planting. And now Snooki with the Sheriff. Not gonna get the value just yet. 2 bullets.
The flanks.
All 1 bullet you need. Yep, that's 3 people that are coming with the pinch. And Yuki, clear your corners! Gets 1, gets 2! The news comes through. It's only Interpel! Cupcake says, this is my site, that's why I'm on flawless.
That's why she's on A. That was an amazing defense from Cupcake. With the walls, as you mentioned, it was providing so much value. She can defend hookah, she can defend A short, and she even got a kill through the smoke, I believe, or through the box towards A short. And she was just happy to welcome that Sky moving into the smoke with her. And this is showing a little bit of, again, a confidence issue from the side of X Team though. And the thing is, we know they can just execute Tash. We've seen that towards B, but they're just not going for it. And that is something I want to understand from X Team.
Really hoping for explosive plays soon, but Mimi, she pushed out.
Oh, the timing.
What timing? You're still defaulting. You're seeing the confidence coming in from WSF.
Yeah.
Very aggressive. Now for XTB, I think what's great about them is that they can get those opening picks if they want to. Perhaps do an explosive play once in a while just to catch people off guard. But I'm really hoping for that bait for utils, especially on this side. They know that there's no more Viper gas.
Yeah. It's a little inefficient to put 3 towards B because Mimi got such a deep control, and there's also a trap through Tuka. So if this execute is going to come into 2 players, so it should be a breeze for them to get an A side control.
Wrong map, but Cupcake from the side here, they can't push out together. This is a very nasty corner.
No.
Are you gonna clear it is the question. No one's actually leaving those smokes. She doesn't even know. She does have Viper's hit as well. Immediately catch her with her abilities on her in her hand. Noki does find her in the end. Gonna immediately use the orbital strike as Noki. Gonna take 2 for now. Cupcake will find her in the end. Cupcake! She said A is my site again. Look at that. Mimi didn't have to come here. She's so late to the party.
Everybody's late. The Cupcake is always the host that just stays on, even though when the party's over. When the party hasn't started yet, and then when the party's over, Cupcake's still there. Such a great host. I love her. But honestly, this is the time when X Team Bo should be asking, should we dodge Cupcake? Because it feels like she's the bane. Sorry, she's the boon. No, she's the bane. What am I talking about? She's the bane to X Team Bo's offense towards this A side. And it's not wrong to focus on one player and say, you know what, she's playing too good today. Let's not try and challenge that. And I think that's what they're thinking. They're going for Mimi this time.
Gonna have to reposition herself. Unfortunately, didn't get that value. That Prowler just blocked it. Regardless, the Prowler did a little U-turn there. In those corners. Look at how much noise. This is when we start to question, are they actually gonna hit me?
Exactly. And they were always so close to executing. They're actually finally gonna do it now, and I love that.
Orbital strike catches Mimi. Yuki gets 2 though. Regardless, when now sprays come through, Valentine does get 1. Rosie onto Snooki. That was a run and gun with a Vandal. Oh, that's nasty. BK spraying through the smokes. She nearly gets them. Runs away, gets 1.
No.
Doesn't quite get the other one. It's only BK alone. Rosie with 3.
Gun here.
I am on the edge of my seat just hoping X Team Bo can just escape Rosie's crosshair. But, man. That's just unfortunate. They got killed through the smoke while she's running gunning with a Vandal. The orbital strike was on point, but Nuki with the timing on that swing was perfect. And again, they were funneling towards one area, and that is Garden Tash. And I don't understand why they're so stubborn about it. Something about stubbornness, I like stubbornness, but when it's not yielding any different results, then maybe it's time to change your mind a little bit. Well, they did change their minds from going A to B, but they still went all the way from B long, all 4 of them, and that gave a chance for Nuki to swing in time, and to get a lot of kills. And now they're gonna go for A again. It's a half one this time, Tash.
Ooh, Valentine. Immediately with the opening shot by Rosie's gonna find Snooki, gonna be traded out by Olulu. Hawk out. Not gonna get any information, at least the plant does come through. For now, taking their time. This is where they have all advantage. That fast take is exactly what they needed to prepare for this close fight. They never really get this far, but there's also the Nightfall coming in from VK, but they still find Interbell Nuki onto VK. I can't believe this! They still manages to get those openings, but it's Olulu from the side! 51 HP. You have two people watching two different angles. Gonna get a flash out, but the spray is coming from one! There's two different angles! Look at that reposition from WSF!
It was so awkward that three of them were flashed at the same time, and they were like not sure where they wanted to look at. But W Streak, of course, they still had two players, and so the crossfire they created in the midst of being blind, it was actually perfect. And
What
that was
is
great.
that reposition through the blind?
Yeah,
What?
that was that was actually a funny dance they did in the middle of those blindness. That's just very cute.
I got confused for a second. I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
for a
nobody's shooting.
Exactly, but you know, I was ready to say, you know what, this is the round they lost because Cupcake was not on A. But then Cupcake came back into A and said, it's still mine. And
Just because I'm not there
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's not mine.
Exactly.
My car is parked here. Is it mine? Yes, it is.
Got it. It's yours, Tash. It's yours. Look at this Mimi push, though. She's always so aggressive. She's always able to
We
just get all these
love an
off
aggressive
angles.
chamber.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like, usually we see Chamber play all the way in the back of sight, but
Yeah.
you want that opening shot because you
Yeah.
can reposition.
Exactly. And, well, it is only Rosie at A. Well, Mimi can always TP back, but if they decide to execute now, I think, again, X-Team Bo, they're going to get the upper hand in terms of numbers, but they don't have the guns. They do it.
Open up the sky.
There's Orbital Strike, gonna give them the space. Luckily, no barbecue this time.
Perfect. Such a good delay on them, too. It's making it easy for
They're still
Mimi to
hitting
find an angle. Oh, my
Mimi.
goodness, Mimi!
All she spotted was her little cap. That's all she needs. But immediately gonna use the Viper Spin spray through it. Gets one, gets two. It's a firing
No.
range. It's a firing squad, rather. One more from Noxy. Can't really do anything in that situation.
Oh man, they tried everything. They tried executing into A, they didn't get anything. They tried TPing into B, they didn't get anything. It's just heartbreaking for XTB right now. And the thing is, it's also props to WSF for being able to just pull out all those utilities in time. Like the Orbital Strike, it canceled the A execute. And then it gave time to Mimi to peek out and get a free kill. And then, as they were going and entering into B, the Viper Spit and the Snake Bite was in time as well to delay anyone, or if they did go through, they're just gonna die. So, all in all, it was just perfect games from WSF. Perfect rounds.
I have to say that they're
They found my
not
trap.
super eager to really use their utils early. They're just using it when it really matters. That's great discipline and
agreed.
control, I have to say. And great reads as well. Every time you see them cut the noise, you see a rotation coming through. And this is when I think XTB is just not aware that they're able to just kind of like wait there a little bit more, wait to make those rotates. They already know there's at least two inside of showers. Gonna get the plant here, but they're still waiting, making sure that everyone
Spike
is gonna
planted.
commit to the plant. It's still a 5-on-5.
It is still a 5-on-5. There is gonna be a pinch towards showers though. And so it's gonna be up to Mimi later. Noxy, oh god, what a shot.
Smoke's down.
Smoking out, but Rosie does find one more. Immediately Mimi gonna move forward. Seekers are there as well. Gonna shoo them out of the way. It's down to Valentine. They know where exactly she is. Just run after her. Valentine, you should never have your back to get toward the enemy.
You know, I was saying, yeah, Valentine is gonna be up to her, but if it's a 1v5, it's really not up to her.
You can
It's-
make it
Last round
expensive.
in the half.
Sure, but
We've seen clutches of 1v4s before as well.
I know, but it's really too much to ask. You know,
You
it's
just
so
want
early.
the copium happenings, man.
Copium.
Yeah.
All right. Very high on copium, you guys are. Huh? But Valentine, you're right. Don't turn your back like that. But overall, I think again they did get the side, Tash. They just
Right
can't
here.
hold
They're
it.
starting to get the sights. They're starting to get
Yeah.
on. Is that post plant?
Yeah.
that it's taking time. I think that's what's one thing about
want to
XTB
play?
is that they
Let's
take
play.
some time to really figure out the other team. Now, we all know that this map is a little bit more easier on defense than attack. So if, say, XTB manages to get at least 4 points, or even 5, it'll be so good as they rounds kind of switch up.
Well, we can't really get 5, Tash. There's only 12 rounds and a half, so...
My math is not here today.
It's alright, I'm here. I'll save you in that regard, but what's gonna save X-Teambo is another execute towards the side, but with a better post plant. I think they need to go for more control and not just stay on the side waiting for WSF to
They
retake,
need to
because we
take up
know
space.
they need to. Because WSF, they retake really well in terms of their utility usage. It makes it really hard to stay where they are for X-Teambo. They're always gonna get flashed, stunned, maybe even snake bited.
Got your trail.
Like, it's amazing how WSF has managed to retake all this while. So now they're gonna try it.
Oh my god, look at
Finally.
this swing!
Yes!
What was that? No way! Oh, that's one as well! Loving these aggressive sort of pushes. This is what we want to see from XTB, what we saw on day 1 of the tournament.
Spike planted.
I think they're starting to find the momentum.
Amazing. Finally, now we see them in a post plant again. But see, I guess for this, it's actually okay because it's a 5v3, so they don't need to take more control. They just need to wait and crossfire.
One enemy remaining.
There you go.
Mimi as well. I think this might be the 4th point here. It's looking really good. Only the Rosie.
Opium,
Can you do?
1v5.
Yep. Oh, it comes through. They know exactly where she is.
Never mind.
Tried to blow herself up, or wait?
No, it was the opponent.
I was about to say,
What
like,
do you
no.
mean she's trying to blow herself up?
Oh man.
Oh man, Tashbunny. It's not just your math, it seems. It's not here today, huh?
My eyeballs too, probably.
It's well, that's a really great swing from XTB. Look at that. And
Yeah, this is what I want to see more of, because usually the one swinging them is WSF.
yeah, exactly. It's like they're trying to execute all these while, but they're always getting caught in the midst of getting the side control, or in some cases they're actually getting caught because their smokes that they put down when they're entering the site have dissipated, and then that's easy access for WSF to just get free kills while they're not ready for it. So I love the adjustment towards that end of the half. The execute, the swings, the taking more control that we talked about. It's perfect for X-Teambo to get at least 4 rounds in the first half. So it's not going to be that hard going into the second half, especially if they can get the special round.
It's very interesting seeing how exactly they take the site. Usually we want to expect clearing out of hookah
Yeah.
and then onto the site, and then finally we're going to see that B long take onto site. So it's usually that case. You get the pinch as well as so much space as well.
That's right.
But we're not really seeing that from XTB. And on top of that, another thing I've noticed is that they're not really so eager to take up space in the back of site even after they plant as well. So because of that, it gave so much space for WSF to not only rotate, to come through, to even reposition as well. So that's also another thing I realized. And on top of that, I feel like for WSF, because they're always holding their utils, that kind of situation can be abused.
Agreed.
And now my question is, can you kind of bait out those utilities? Can you kind of go aggressive and at least try and, if you're not using the utilities, punish them for it?
Exactly. It's something that we didn't see from X-Teambo as well, which is going for a little bit more forward control, because that's the reason why WSF haven't been using their utilities early in the round, because they don't feel the pressure from X-Teambo. So by the time they're ready to go execute, they still have the utilities on the side of WSF, like you said. So them saving up their utilities towards the end of the round, that's actually winning them the rounds. And for the times when WSF did not have a chance to use their utilities, because X-Teambo was so aggressive and so active in taking deeper control, that's what we saw in that last round. You know, they didn't even get a chance because they were blinded. They get swung. They get one tap. We need to see more of those from X-Teambo, and hopefully we get to see that in their attacking rounds in the second or third map. But for now, they're going to be switching to the defending half. And X-Teambo, I would love to see what WSF did on X-Teambo, which is just push for aggressive control, get early information, and then decide where to stack. Because that's how you defend nicely, with early information.
This is a very interesting thing because they have 2 controllers. Post plant is going to be huge for them. Map control as well is going to be good. It's very different to X-Teambo with the double I would say initiator. I can see them going a little bit more aggressive. I would like to see them push out more, at least on defense side as well. That's what you have from your utils. Either that, maybe hold a lot more aggressive corners and then just swing out with your utils is also another way you can play with it.
And well, it seems that WSF, they also love defaulting in the early round. They're just gonna take what information they can from each of the entry points. B-long, hookah, A-short, showers, you name it. They're just going to be there for a while, baiting out the utilities. This is what we didn't see from X-Team Bo, right? They're just taking all the checkpoints and baiting out the utilities. And once they do that, then they're going to regroup and then decide where to go. And for now, they're not succeeding in that. So that's also a surprise for me because Snowkey, she is very disciplined in waiting to use her utilities.
But look at how far away each member of WSF are. Immediately, Kapiki can be spotted out here. That's going to be Interbell with the opening. That's the power of having that frenzy in those corners. C's thrown out as well. VK going to be using the Prowler, and suddenly we're going to see a reposition, at least from the side of WSF. Now, this is good because they can actually tell them, like, okay, we saw one Prowler already being used. What exactly is going to be happening now?
Yeah, the B hit is going to come really soon because they've succeeded somewhat in baiting out the utilities from the side of WSF. So sorry, from the side of X-Team Bo. So now they think maybe we can just go B since there's only 2 players, but can they get the kills though?
Spike
They
down.
do get one at least. Noxy gets one. Lulu already with 2 in her pocket. Great play there in the smoke. Gonna reposition. Rosie does fight to play the end, but
What?
Noxy gonna get those
enemy
pain shots onto
remaining.
Lulu. Noxy takes up
10
so much
seconds
damage. Very deja vu to the first half just now from
Yeah.
what we saw. Noxy trying to protect her
Spike
player
planted.
from PK from the side.
Warrior
The
standing.
jump gets 1, but Rosie saves the day. 3. You saw that victory swing. I love seeing those.
Victory mouse dance, right? You just
Yeah.
swing your mouse back and forth in your mouse pad. I love that. But great shot at the end towards VK. And unfortunate for VK, she had the right click classic. And you usually don't lose those, but Rosie was just on point
This
with the
double
kills.
area. Look at this. It's hard to reposition when they're swinging out together like that. But it looks so good for XTB in the beating.
It did. And they were holding on to that A control for so long that I thought, oh, this is really good. Because WSF, they're taking too much time. And we're going to see the same thing again. They're just going to go and bait out as much as utilities as they can. And it's actually succeeding because look at that. It's only 10 seconds in and there's a Prowler gone. So that's not much utilities that WSF can work with in the
Shorty.
mid rounds.
Shorty.
So close.
So Melody got blinded. And it's gonna be 1. It's gonna be 2.
Spike down A.
Oh, man.
What a
That's
value.
lovely.
Shorty's playing melody in my head. Valentine goes down. And Mini Spray's gonna come
love
through
it.
here. Mimi. Quite get the values. A bit too far away for the Spectre.
This is so good. There's already so much value coming out from X-Team Go with that shorty. And they're actually still so stubborn about this. They're trying to go into showers again as they know that there's a shorty waiting. Are they sure about this? I think they should just U-turn. But, oh, the thing is the spike is right there. And this is so much value for... Look
They
at
just
this!
saw the
Remaining.
barrel! Oh, that's disgusting. No way. No way. she
30
did
seconds
that.
left.
Oh man, criminal play. What we love to see, but it's still a 1 versus
Spike
2 here.
planted.
Lulu is full HP. Noxy is very low, so technically it's a 1.5 player to worry about. She's just still
More
have
flash.
1 more Trailblazer come out. But not Trailblazer, sorry, it's the Guiding Light. But it's a matter of just kind of like going to where exactly. Guiding Light's
If she popped that early, I think that would have been pretty
call
good
that
shot.
high. Yeah.
But of course, she had other plans in her mind, and it was already a nice try from XTB, right? Especially for
That's
Snow.
expensive round. Yeah.
It was an expensive second round, and that was almost Phantom gone. And she also actually almost got 2 with that, because Noxy was only left with 15. If she just, unloaded the second round of that shorty, I think she would have gotten 2 kills, and that would have been insane. But hey, this is Noxy's lucky day.
Nah, really not her day.
Scout destroyed.
Millie, they know there's someone on site. I think this is where I would really like, instead of sprays, maybe they should rather hold and just kind of like play with the smoke. You have to remember,
Oh god, timing.
Work! Catches Cupcake, mid-rotate. I think the timing was just so good in terms of those lurks, but it's gonna be Mimi from the backside. But here's Snooki from
Wait.
the other side. Gets one, gets two, make it three!
No!
Yes, it's gonna be that
Down
Snooki big value with that buy.
Nobody was expecting Snooki push there. And now Interbell, she's actually just gonna finish everything up. Mimi, she actually got the timing into hookah, but then had to turn around because her friends are getting caught by was it Nuki? No, sorry, by Alulu and Snooki.
They weren't expecting another one there as well.
No, they weren't.
They weren't expecting. Look at that pinch coming through. That was a very two different areas taking
great.
care of technically the main area, or the mid area per se. Look at that.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting someone to be there.
No. And this is the kind of thing that we wanted to see from XTB, right? Do the same thing that WSF was doing on the first half, which is just push for early control. And apparently, WSF, they're not privy to their own strats, you know? WSF, they love pushing like that. But they're not prepared against pushes like that. So that's interesting. So X Team Bo, knowing this, I think they should just abuse that. Just push wherever you think you can. Go for control early on in the round and catch them off guard while mid-rotate. And the thing is, again, with a chamber nerf, only one trademark remaining. That's going to give you a bit more room to wiggle as you push as defenders. So WSF, they need to be more aware, basically, about the gaps in the map, about where the possibilities are in terms of the push-outs from X Team Bo. If they can just take care of that, it should be an easy hold for them as attackers, and then get a free kill, and then push together. That should be the game plan.
They can use their utils, just kind of bait
right.
them onto the side as well. But this aggression coming through is exactly why they decided to go double initiator. 4 on A, only leaving a lone Sky on B. I see a rotate come through as well, since you're not really hearing any noise, at least on A side. I already know that there's at least no one on B long there. But look at this wall from Cupcake. It's not allowing the backside to see anything. Slashing elbow is perfect at least, but that is gonna at least get some value. You can see at least a swing out from Alulu, but you don't know how many and where exactly everyone's gonna be. They're actually just shooting through the smoke. It's hard to move forward.
Kind of impossible to blind it, blinds them back, and trying to swing out. Not in the right time,
What a
though.
cross!
Damn.
Perfectly done, but Interbell gets 2, VK gets 1, Firing Rage, Yuki gets 1, maybe 2, yes it can.
One
But
enemy
Interbell
remaining.
gets 1 more, it's gonna be Yuki, Interbell from the
Okay,
bottom,
classic.
switch that right click! All you need is a 4K!
Oh man, Interbell. Free gun, BTW. Free gun with that right click classic.
We love that in Southeast
Like,
Asia.
I saw that there was a right click classic coming from a mile away.
down,
And
B.
it did happen. And it's a normal thing in Valorant, you see. Right click classic clutches. It's always Valorant.
It's painful.
That shouldn't be allowed, man.
I'll
You're
be
jumping
dreaming
and
about that
shooting.
tonight.
Yeah. Well,
No.
I know who's gonna be dreaming about it. Cupcake.
You want
Oh
to
yeah,
play?
she's gonna
Let's
have
play.
nightmares.
It's not good.
It's for Force out as well. It's gonna be... This from Mimi. You know she can get those first picks, but who's
the
gonna outgun
battle's
who?
coming.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's Valentine's gonna get... No, it's not! It's Mimi! As she moves! Oh, no way! Whew.
Valentine was caught asleep by Mimi, so this is a great opening. And well, with a
She does have
5v4
skills.
situation like this, they can just execute towards A. It seems like, and I think that's the plan.
They have Seekers. They can run in with the Seekers if they want to. Just waiting for the reposition to come through. That's Mimi's dream. Have someone walk right in front of her crosshair. Here comes the showstopper as well. Noxie taking up the space. Not getting the second satchel though, so she doesn't have to know. Doesn't get any value from that regardless. Now there is a counter seeker as well. Just gonna find out where exactly they are. Snooki and Mimi both try each other, not getting that value, but it's gonna be Noxie despite Olulu. They know there's one exactly on main at least because of the Haunt. Interbell finds
enemy
Yuki with the
remaining.
wall bang. Mimi finds Interbell in return. Cupcake not allowing that push into lamps at least. As VK, you're stuck in the back of site. It's all you, my dude. You spot one there, tries to wall bang. Mimi, all you have to do is just move away and just buy some time. No one's actually peeking here. No one is moving. VK, she can't see anything. Those smokes are a bane in her side.
This is not it.
Oh, she still has one more?
She's actually trying for it, but unfortunately, there were too many bodies thrown at her. 11-6 is now the score for WSF. And it was all on the back of Mimi's first kill onto Valentine. It is unfortunate because Valentine, she was ready with the angle, but she was just not awake at the time when Mimi was swinging for it. And Mimi, being quick on her trigger finger, it was a really great opening for her team to decide, you know what, we have the advantage, now let's just go together. And they did. And although they spent a little too many utilities, I think, they did spend the showstopper, they did spend the seekers, I think it's worth it. You can just get that round anyway.
Cupcake. Taking their time. At least they have... I don't think they know that one util has been used. But look at this push coming out from B. They just try to check the area in front of Hookah, if it's clear, and they have all the information they need. They know there's one inside of showers, at least. But for now, Cupcake gonna punish that aggression, and immediately they're just gonna clear out the smokes. They know that XTB loves playing the smoke criminal.
Yeah. And there's this push. Mimi, she might get caught here if she's not careful towards the market area. Ooh, they're just waiting. There's a standstill, and the C's actually caught 3. This is gonna delay the progression from WSF towards A. But there's nothing much happening. Mimi's
one
gonna
corner.
catch the flankers. Corner?
Your famous words, check your corners! She does! Yeah, I'm sure that Sleepy is so proud right now. He's right here beside me this time, though.
Love it. I'm a proud coach. I'm a proud viewer. I'm a
30
proud
seconds
caster.
left.
Everything. I'm just
Spike
proud.
planted.
Thank you, Mimi.
Wait, maybe
Thank you.
He's pushing out here. Ooh, what crossfire from WSF. They don't allow any value at all.
Say that?
That's a great
point.
default from WSF. Even though they did get caught by the C's towards A, they were comfortable just waiting it out and just, you know, reset after Mimi got a kill towards outside Hookah. Again, Mimi, thank you for checking this corner. It's a very useful trick for any aspiring pro players. Just check your corners. It's going to win you games. And maybe because of you checking your corners, you can go pro too. So try that. Alright, ooh, that's a flash coming towards showers. That's a blind, but they're going to get checked by the Trailblazer. So Inoxi will be delayed by that pain shell, so she's fine.
Yeah, not coming through for now. But oh, beautiful use of the Viper's Pit. All they have to do is just buy some time, but there's smokes coming through as well. You know what's really great about this? They can actually just fake it and teleport and move away to another side. But Noxy is so very low. I think they're super confident, but there's no Snowkey. Someone just walked through her space. Unfortunate situation here. Regardless, they used up push through Interbell. Be blocked out by the Molly. Mimi playing this aggressive corner. There's 2 actually. They can buy some time. Mimi, are you gonna see this? 3, gonna get flashed out. 1, 2, 3. No, she does get traded out eventually. A little good for 2. Rosie from the side, 9 HP, has to move away. Does get killed by the satchel. Not a great situation. Got this 2. Make it 3. Did you hear that? 2 HP. Satchel out. Sprays through.
Satchel again.
As well. No way! Snowkey! That's 2 kills with their satchel!
Oh my goodness! Valorant is a shooting game, and utilities don't kill. Just that. That's my life. Valorant is a shooting game.
I am still in shock about this series of events.
Yeah.
Snowkey was just like, here.
You know, the thing is,
satchel.
it was so close because they were sitting inside the Viper's Pit for so long. They were both on 1 HP. But unfortunately, Cupcake was also on 2 HP. So that satchel was perfectly placed.
If only she had the snake bite. It would
Yeah.
have been a whole different story.
She used it early, so she had no
she
more.
doesn't have them anymore.
Well, WSF, they're going to try again, Tash, because they've been kind of stopped, but they still have a few rounds to work with, and they're comfortable just playing it out as they did before. Just take it slow, maybe try and bait out utilities, feel out the opponents where they're actually positioned at. and then decide where to push. And right now, it seems like they're committed towards A once again.
Gonna just wait now in the smokes. No sounds. All quiet. You start seeing those utils coming in from XTV trying to figure out, but look at this team beacon, gonna give them all the speed, and for now they have full control, gonna satchel that area as well, making sure no one is inside. Rosie has full control of showers in case of a long flank rather. Without Interbell, they don't have smokes. It's gonna be a little bit hard for them to stay inside. But that satchel doesn't deter us. Cupcake gets one, but it's gonna be XTB, Olulu, and Snooki with one each. Valentine playing these close corners. Headhunter is perfect, but it's gonna be DK with the kill. Mimi does get one more, switches out her gun. Just trying to buy some time. Snooki is just on fire right now. She's online.
So much impact coming out of her, even with her utilities before this round, and now with her aim, everything is just going right for X Team Bo in terms of those retakes. It was a 4v5 Tash, but they just somehow found the right trades, found the right kills, and were positioning the crosshairs on the right places. Like the showers, A short, everything was just covered by each of the individuals from XTB. And Mimi, it was unfortunate that she was caught before she had a chance to try and maybe disrupt the defuse. And so now X Team Bo is like, guys, we might have a chance. So let's think about this. Although there is something you have to worry about when you play against a team that's got like a lot of lead. For example, this 12-8, there's still 4 rounds. You know what W Streak F can do? They can just farm out ultimates. Noxy can go find 4 more ultimate orbs. Nuki has 1 away from a Seekers. They do have an orbital strike and a tour de force. What are they going to do with those utilities? That's the question X Team Bo needs to worry about, and this timeout is the perfect time to think about it.
X Team Bo, now that they're on defense, they're looking a lot more, I would say, comfortable.
Yeah.
A lot more aggressive as well than what we saw from WSF.
Confidence. It was just confidence.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think it's more of like, as the switch happened, you're on the more dominant side of the map.
Yeah.
You're able to execute more. And look how exactly they use their utils. It's making it so hard for W Streak to not respond with their own utils.
That's
in
right.
the end, it wasted them. It's so hard for them to use anything in the post camp. So they force this out.
This trade of utilities again.
Trade of animals, rather. Prowler and Trailing Blazer. Valentine, I like this angle she's holding, but that smoke, not deterring her. That's a very open area she was in, and she punished someone for that. I can't believe it's not gonna be a double peek, at least on attack.
Yeah.
And that's great, because without Cupcake, post plant is gonna be a pain for them. Getting onto site is gonna be pain as well. They do still have Rosie, but Snooki, that's timing. Does really spot someone out, but gonna have to give up the position because of the paint shells.
Yeah. It was so awkward. Cupcake was not expecting Valentine to be out there in the open. It was such a great play, and this is only something that Chambers can do, and now they're gonna have to face this push towards B-Long. If Valentine's just pushing out, she might be able to catch more. Is she gonna do that though? Their Seekers are gonna come and this might disrupt any plans they might have, but Valentine says, whatever, you can have your Seekers, I have my tour de force, and she gets it.
That's all she needs. You also hear the showstopper, but Valentine gets 3. Interbell does one more. So it's just Snooki. Snooki finds the last one. Snooki is just saying, it's just another game for me.
Man, look at every player from X Team Bo stepping up right now. Valentine this round, especially with her tour de force plays, being brave enough to push out even though Seekers were out, and this push out and smoke and flick onto Rosie. That was insane mechanics from this player. And X Team Bo, it's getting even closer now. They don't have any more timeouts, and as I said, some of the ultimates are going to get farmed out, especially on Noxy with her showstopper. 3 ultimate orbs away. I think they'll still have time until they have that online.
Aggressive from Interbell, still farming that. She took some damage from those sprays. Wow. I would risk my life for the ultimate orb, but it's not without any other consequence, because Nuke and Rosie did get tagged back as well.
You're right.
Healing over here.
Well,
At least it's still
fine.
heals though. So both teams gonna get a reset. No worries about that. For now, it's gonna be Mimi. God, getting that value on attack, it's just so hard to get those hits with the tour de force.
You're right.
Spring through, as I said, we're gonna just cut the noise, change our area, how we're gonna get onto site. That's a nice bait, actually, when you think about it, in terms of Cupcake's utils. But there's still 3 on B. XTB, they're wised up. They know where exactly they might be hitting, regardless of the utilities.
This is perfect. And Interbell is ready on that big watch she has to throw down some hellfire from the sky, but nobody's coming here, so she's gonna have to save that. Instead, B is gonna be the target here.
Jumping through, Noxie from the top, teleports away. Great timing. Prowler does find her. Cupcake finds Olulu. For now, we also have that orbital strike gonna clear out Elbow at least as Noxie watching the backside. There's another orbital strike coming through. It's raining meteorites. But for now, Noxie, they know exactly someone close, but the haunt does immediately tag. Noxie has to move away. 3 people watching this area. Snooki does eventually wallbang Rosie. That's all that she needs, just information to allow her. 12 seconds left, but Cupcake Noxie
10
gets
seconds
2.
left.
Interbell fails 1 more. All they have to do is just wait some time. Interbell gonna fight her again. Finally
Attackers
ends it.
win.
What a close match. W Streak FE takes the first map.
Wow, what a close round that was. It was almost looking very positive for X Team Bo as they swarm out of defender spawn as the 4 of them tried to trade in between. It's unfortunate because they did not follow it through as the orbital strike was going down. So the players from W Streak Female, they had a chance to reposition, they had a chance to form crossfires, and X Team Bo, they tried really hard. And it's unfortunate because they didn't get too many rounds in the attack. And as their defense, when they looked way more confident, they just didn't have more rounds to play with. And it's really heartbreaking. But hey, it was also great from W Streak Female to finally figure out how they can enter into the site and play that post plant really properly. So disciplined, even though they were just getting wall banked left and right. They were just eating utilities up. It was still fine because they still have that calmness. They still had the composure to just lean back on their crossfires, and it works really well.
I'm really liking VK on the fade. Really enabled Snowkey,
good.
if you think about it. Because of that haunt, it looked like you can see where exactly everyone else. All Snowkey had to do was just wallbang through and through.
Easy.
In a lot of situations as well, it really helps not only her but also Valentine with those picks. We start to see the step up there, especially from Valentine, because we all know as a chamber, it's really hard to get those picks on attack. Regardless, 13-9. What an insane comeback when you think about it. They took so many rounds in a row before finally WSF was able to close it out.
Yeah, it was a great performance, especially for Cupcake on that first half. As the anchor for A, she was immovable. And as she was out of the side, she was able to take it back as well from X Team Bo, and that was just a nightmare to deal with. And of course, not just Cupcake, but Mimi, Noxie, they were all great in terms of their fragging. Mimi was always able to find pickups as well. And on the side of X Team Bo, Snowkey just played out of her mind today with all those satchel placements as well. Amazing gameplay. But of course, exactly.
That's really high.
She dominates. She
Actually
dominates.
did.
Amazing.
I have to say what it really helped as well is the fact that for the side of WSF, it's more of a battle of those utilities. They have so many to use. But on the side of XTB, it looks like it's more of those frags, those jewels.
Yeah.
And you see those happening so much, especially from Interbell as well as Snooki. Those headshots have been especially, as well as Valentine, it's been especially crispy when you think about it. But if you look at in terms of stats, it's really hard to really gauge here when it came to that. I think it's mostly the fact that WSF, the use of utilities allow them to get those damage out, to get those headshots out as well when you think about it, compared to what XTB was able to do. Regardless though, XTB, great comeback, and I'm really hoping that with this confidence they can bring up this heat to map number 2.
I agree. I think they've got the groove going on, and it's not going to take too much for them to find this again on the second map. If anything, they're going to be able to use the experience they had in this first map on that second and third map going forward. So X Team Bo, they've got the nerves out. They're trying to find the groove now, so I think they're going to get really comfortable now, playing aggressive, playing actively to get those control and early information to determine where they can go in the mid-round. And here we're going to see the highlights, of course. Look at that. Look at this moment with the showstopper smash. It was just mind-boggling what happened there.
I'm really liking.
I hope we see the satchels as well.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm really hoping we saw the satchel kills.
Yeah.
But look at how much space WSF took, even on attack, on how exactly they take the site. It's never very one-dimensional like what we saw from XTV. Where what we saw, it's more of like how they take it is always from showers as well as A main, from hookah as well as B main. That site control or this area controls coming in from WSF is the reason why they're able to just play great for post plant. But even on defense as well. But meanwhile for XTV, they like to come in from one different area, and also so many firing squads coming through from different areas because it's such a chokehold. Wow.
Yeah, look at that. The satchel, so perfect. She knew exactly what she had in store to use. And this is what I like from these players. They have a great understanding of their agents, that they know what to do with their utilities. And for now, it was WSF that came out on top because of the utilities they had. They have 2 controllers, so they were always provided with so many utilities to work with, especially on the attack. And with the post plans, we didn't really get to see it too much, but we've seen glimpses of it, right? So if we can keep this up from both sides, I think we're gonna have a great matchup today.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting because after this, we're gonna be going to map number 2. Is it gonna be XTB that takes Breeze, or is it gonna be WSF? So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Valorant.
Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down.
And welcome back. This is day 5 of the APAC Game Changers Last Chance Qualifier. 2 teams remain, and 1 team is 1 step forward already. Tash, I'm Sleepy. Together with Tashbunny, we are going to be witnessing W Streak Female versus X Team Bo again on their second map, as W Streak Female took the first one.
It's a very, very change in pace if you think about it. As we go into map number 2, Bind, a smaller map, lots of corners, Breeze, a large map, is so reliant on those aim duels. And what's more important is especially the guns. We know that players on Chamber, especially Valentine and Mimi, are gonna just do super well. But we know there's gonna be a change in players, at least for the WSF.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Breeze, I think WSF, they haven't really touched this map, I believe, yesterday. I don't think they played Breeze. No, they did. They did play Breeze. And 1 player actually stood out for me from WSF.
Who was that?
And that's Nuki. As we mentioned, she got 9 first bloods on that map as a KO. So, are we going to see that again? That's the question today. And X Team Bo, of course, they have to adjust to this. They haven't played Breeze yesterday as it was banned out. I believe it was them that actually banned Breeze, so I'm not sure how comfortable they are playing this map. But the fact is, WSF, I think they're pretty comfortable on this. And Valentine, I just hope that she's going to get those operators skills out on this map.
Personally, if you look at the composition coming through from X Team Bo, they don't play a lot of Breeze as well.
No.
And their composition is very interesting. And it kind of reminds me of what we saw on Nigma Galaxy. It's going to be a Viper, Sova, a Sky, a Chamber, and this is a very interesting one. Reyna. Yeah, Reyna.
Oh,
so usually when I go into tournaments, I know that for Game Changers, there's a lot of teams that actually still use a Reyna. Personally, for me, I'm not a big fan of having a Reyna just because of how I would say she's not really in sync with the team. Yes, she's better playing alone. But if you have players that you do enjoy taking up space alone, that would be great. But in a lot of situations, you kind of leave your teams in a 4v5 or you're going against a 1v3.
Yeah, especially if you're not hitting your shots, then Reyna is pretty much out of the question, right? You only get to use your utilities when you do get kills. So let's see if that's going to happen. I think they've grown a little bit, these teams, to know that Reyna is maybe not in the meta anymore. Maybe they can just swap her out to an agent with more utilities. Of course, that's going to be more useful to the team. That's going to be more control that you can take with the utilities without really having to throw your body at people. So I'm excited to see the agent comp that's going to play out today. And for WSF, I think they've proven that their lineup is okay on Breeze, so I don't expect any changes coming from them. For X Team Bo, however, this will be the first time I'm seeing them play as I'm casting them on Breeze. So maybe there's going to be surprises, maybe not. Either way, I think it's going to be a banger map.
It is, because when you think about Breeze, it's a very big map, but yet it's more like puzzle pieces. The way you take up space is very different than what you would do on your traditional maps. So if you say you're going toward A, you have to take space onto halls, and when you go into halls, technically halls is sort of divided into 2. There's the front side and the back side. How exactly are you going to be able to take those spaces? And if you don't clear out the back side, you leave full access for those retakes. Or if you don't at least clear the front a little bit more in front of the door, you leave door exposed for them to take up the space as well. So it's a very interesting situation how you want to approach this map. And some teams can be very, very, I would say, creative.
Yeah, and it's going to be on the initiator stash, because the creativity for the initiators, it's going to allow your team to know where they need to clear, since it's such a big map. It's really hard to prioritize where you want to go first and where you want to clear first. So the initiators, their info gathering utilities, it's going to be very, very important. And interesting that VK is going to be the one playing the chamber today.
I thought it was going to be Valentine.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be Valentine. And again, we're not going to see the Reyna.
Oh, this is a very different comp.
It is. And that's what we were talking about, right? We weren't really sure what X Team Bo were going to bring into this, and voila, it's very different. It's very exciting. And VK, we know she's been hitting her shots, right? And so I'm actually excited that she's on a chamber now. Maybe she's going to show us some sick operator skills as well.
Oh, yeah. I want to see some aggressive pushes. Get one pick, teleport away. Heck, give us 2 kills and then teleport away. That would be so nice.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Why not, right?
All right. Game number 2, Tash. This is Breeze. It's in theory, in favor of WSF because they've had some experience playing Breeze with some of the compositions working well, especially on Nuki. I'm gonna focus on you, lady. You're gonna show us some really good first bloods again. Otherwise, I'll be bummed if we don't see
You
that.
need to keep your eye on Dolph as well.
Dolph as well, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
she's been landing some pretty sick hits. Last time I saw her on that. Yo, that's Nuki with the
Nuki.
opening! Just as you called it. You're still with the curse, man.
Yeah, first blood is on Nuki's hands. That's just amazing how she's always able to just open up the map, you know, for her team. And now it's gonna allow them to rotate towards. Hey, Nuki! Ooh, she's actually gonna get caught now.
really far
And
away.
Snowkey somehow also getting a second kill. It's suddenly in the favor of.
Enemy tagged.
I like this aggression coming through, catching them even before they hit the site. Coffee Cake, she has full control of this area, sprays through. She's all alone there. Look how far in she is compared to the rest of her teammates. But she is gonna get at least suppressed here, but she wasn't able to get that. She's coming pinched from both different areas. Maybe does find one. Valent's gonna find Cupcake in the end. VK.
No.
That's one more. 22 HP left. It's only Dolph. What are you gonna do with 3 people? This could ride you. She still gets 1. Gets 2. One more to worry about. Look at that. She's just playing for time. Jump peaks.
wow.
She's sticking it. You gotta move, girl. She still gets it. Wins it though.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
that is unfortunate. She
diffuse-
wasn't aware that it's halved, right? And so it was a bit hard because the angle was kind of too deep. She needed to swing a little bit far, and she was afraid that she might get caught if she just swings. So it's understandable that she was hesitating when she was about to swing there. But props to X Team Bo, they were able to find recovery kills towards mid there. Makes you
I have a
wonder
question to
why
ask you.
they're so free in terms of, you know, just crossing without worrying about mid. So this is something WSF will need to be careful about in the following rounds. Just don't cross too carelessly, I guess. Look left and right before crossing.
I was gonna ask you, who do you blame that situation? The person who planted! I mean, VK, she didn't plant, but she got a kill.
Oh man, don't blame the planters, man. They're under a lot of pressure. Please don't blame planters. They're the heroes of the game.
Oh, look at this. Noxie, over there. Let's get a... Oh, she still gets it! What on earth? There was a Spectre in her hand, though.
Yeah. Some good shots landing.
Screen down.
Puppy Cake, is she aware of Valentine's position? No, she's not.
Spike
Valentine's gonna
down
catch her
A.
off guard. And that's the spike down. They're gonna have to recover this.
One enemy
There's
remaining.
Yuki. Ooh, Nick's Turbell good for 2. Great area. Only Dolph to worry about. Dolph can it's a little bit hard. No, not quite. So expecting at least 2 more kills at least. Just take away those guns, but that's not gonna happen. I see a riot gun, buddy.
You do? That's where you're focusing on? My goodness. You have a sharp eye, I give you that. You're right, gun, buddy.
Look at that.
But,
How did Noxie get that?
that was insane. Just
remaining.
through the box once and then recovering her crosshair placement, getting the kill eventually. That was great. So this has given us some hope for WXF, right? They can't hit the shots. It's really important on Breeze, as you said. It is an aim-based map, kind of. And it's also about the creativity in which you use your utilities to figure out where the enemies are positioned so you don't have to focus on too much things. Now, this drone... Oh, no! The drone's gonna block Noxie. Thankfully for Noxie, no one's waiting for her on site, so... All in all, it's a pretty easy take towards B because it's given for free.
Very, very fast take when you think about it. Didn't waste time this time, but Interbell is the one with the opening shot onto Mimi. Dolph watching the backside. What a nice cross there onto Main. Snooki spray and pray through the smoke. Gets the value. Dolph gets 1. Cupcake 1. Interbell finds Cupcake in return. Dolph still very much alive. Still spots 1 at the backside. Here's Olulu. Olu still gets it. Nice little corner cleared with the Spectre. He's just gonna stick it for now. Interbell protecting her teammate. Dolph gets 1. Is she gonna be able to get 2? Olulu wins it! Beautiful recovery! And they lost their bonus!
That's heartbreaking. It was so close for Dolph too. She got the kill on a teammate that was covering the diffuser, but then swinging into the diffuser, it was such an awkward angle. So it was a great job by our KO here. It was just an intense round. Comes down to the last seconds. Olulu, she was composed enough to let go of the diffuse and then swing to get the kill and then diffuse again. great round from X Team Bo to recover that retake as well. They had a plan, Tash. They gave out the site for free because they knew they can retake very nicely.
Great use of utils, and also they knew the power of the Spectre. Such an
run and
underrated gun. Yeah, that's what she did as she got out. But for now, Olulu, this is a nice aggressive angle. It's just perfect, honestly, to catch someone off guard. Timing means that Snooki, so as Mimi, didn't see each other. Snooki's still waiting. Look at the area of elbow. There's two there, and they know exactly from the jumps there's someone there.
Ooh, getting spicy. All these angles. They're so close to each other, yet there's no way for them to tell where they are. And it's actually going to happen very soon, Tash. Someone's going to peek eventually. Someone's going to be there on the crosshair. Olulu and Snooki finding two, and maybe we'll try and trade. And Nuki somehow getting a headshot with the Sheriff as well.
Turbell gets one of her own.
Toxin screen down.
And suddenly, 3-on-2. Dolph is so very low. Really liking this aggressive angle coming from Valentine, taking up halls. It's looking really good. But for now, for VK, she's not moving from the angle. Just making sure that no one is coming in, at least from tunnel. But
30 seconds
the
left.
spike is slowly making its way toward B. Everyone is moving toward A. What timing? Just clear out the angle. That's two, which is a knife as well as the recon. Make sure everything's clear. Gonna break that. Now everyone knows. All of Breeze knows that they're here. Nuki gonna make sure that Archers is clear. Watching Cave as well.
10 seconds
VK.
left.
Oh my
Spike
god,
planted.
it could have been a kill! She looked away for just 1 second. Dolph is so very
is
low.
unreal.
Man, timing is one very scary
One
thing.
player standing.
But VK is the one with the opening into Nuki, but Dolph does find one of her own. It's so perfect, 90 HP. She also has the Hunter's Fury, but for now, how are you gonna find this? Fortnite does get one more to worry about, but Interpel
my
running
God.
forward saves the day. 4-0. Whose map pick is this?
Oh, I was so scared for X Team Bo there because Dolph was just ready with those Marshall headshots. But in the end, didn't work out because she was just too low, I guess. 19 HP. A little too hard for her to reposition and find another angle. But these are great shots coming up, Dolph, dude. I love it. And can't wait to see more of these. Maybe just give Dolph the operator then. Otherwise, we're not going to see those headshots. So, 4-0. This is looking really tough. Now the operator's on Snowkey instead of VK. VK is comfortable with that turret to 4, so that's going to be a double offset. This is going to be up to WSF to figure out how they can deal with it and also deal with this Viper Spit. And those are really demanding tasks that they've got on their hands.
So long as Interbell stays alive, this site, at least for main, is inaccessible. They can go through halls, they can go through mid if they want to. But just cutting the noise for now. And sending the Owl drone in just to get some information. Finding exactly where the Viper is. They do know, pushing through. They do also have that Hunter's Fury if they do want to expend it early, but they want to use it for the post plans, I have a feeling. But let's just VK spots Mimi out there. Timing not on her side. Sally, you saw the fast rotation coming through straight to B. B is empty, but there is one person watching. That's gonna be Olulu. You hear those shots coming through mid. There's two mid actually. As Mimi, they did spot her out. They think they're going toward mid, but I think Olulu smells Nuki and Noxy. They heard all the footsteps, but here comes the null command as well. This is the rush through, but there's also another Viper spin of their own onto B main. The Viper spin on A is abandoned. Mimi watching them, catching them in those mid rotation. Olulu and VK get one each. But it's not the Viper that they need. Moving out to the backside there, nearly shoots their friend, but she has her own null command as well. Her presence is detected, not exactly sure where. She's gonna be moving out of the Viper's pit for a little while. Does hear the tap coming through. Gonna move forward, does find one. He nearly not finding two. VK from the back. Mimi gets three. One more. It's gonna be Snooki. Snooki switches out her weapon. Dolph, she has the Hunter's Fury. She can play for time. She's taking it, but here comes Hunter's Fury. Gets one, moves away. And for now, Forky.
Oh, that's a quick
70
bait.
HP. She's too far away. Swings out. Dolph saves the day. Beautiful clutch. That's their first point. 4-1.
Wow, props to Doll for that composure. She knows exactly what she needed to do. She heard the half defuse done, and she knew that she needed to just swing. And it was unfortunate because there was a cloudburst available for the Jet there, because Snowkey, maybe she was a bit nervous, so after dodging the Hunter's Fury, she thought maybe I should just defuse. She didn't think about the cloudburst. If she had just put down the cloudburst, Tash, maybe it would have been different. But the classic WSF move, lose one round, take a pause, because we do not accept... Wait, no. They won one round, and then they take a pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to know exactly what we did right in that round.
You're right. Actually, it's not too bad to talk about it, but maybe a little too early for my liking.
Very different to what
it's very
Kremer
different.
and Kentrell want. Because to them, it's like round 5 or round 6 is when you want to take that early timeout.
Yeah, if you're losing, yes, but you just won the round. So maybe there's that momentum effect. Now you're allowing X-Team to reset as well. But regardless, maybe they have their plans.
Wise words from the coach, my friends.
I'm sorry, I'm not a coach today. I'm just a caster, so I don't know nothing. WSF, they did get around, even though it was so close. It was thanks to Dolph. Again, she's performing tremendously in this map, and we need more from her and her teammates. Unfortunately, Noxie, Cupcake not finding too much. And Nuki, after that first blood on the pistol round, hasn't really done any more.
I'm not seeing the pop of the Tour de Force just yet. I'm just hearing those noises coming through from WSF. They're just trying to bait those utils, at least toward mid. But look at the discipline from XTB. They're not moving an inch.
Just another slow default, but leaning towards B this time. And they're a little bit more aware when crossing towards mid. And nobody's watching it, thankfully. So they're still safe. But this elbow is going to be bloody if they decide to push onto Snowkey, though. So are they going to use their utilities? Or are they just going to peek dryly? If they peek dryly, they might regret it for the rest of their days.
Nope, it's not going to be dry. They'll spot her out. Her knives are still there. Gonna immediately get that. What a swing! No one really expects that kind of large swing, especially if you have the blades. But Noxie moving forward. DK. Oh, that's timing! But still gets the kill though onto Olulu. Regardless, Olulu from the backside. Noxie lives another day, but is fired by Olulu. That's a nice spray coming through right as the Viper's wall comes up. That fragment will buy them some space. Spike does go down. Olulu moving forward. We've seen how Olulu moves. She isn't scared to take up the space. Very aggressive stance. Dolph as well. She does have one more shock dart. Mimi finds one. This is a very long angle. Isabel pushing forward. Who wins it regardless? Valentine, PK, but immediately gonna get spotted out by the Aldro, but PK does immediately trade out with Valentine. Tour de Force is out, but PK still gets it. Olulu 3K in the pocket, flashing out. So one-on-one, Mimi, she has a Tour de Force, taps out. But what are you gonna do?
What?
Because XTB, Olulu outguns the Tour de Force.
Wow. She was so brave peeking into a Tour de Force like that. I was like screaming in my head, don't do it, because she was covered by the box to her side, and it was gonna be safe for her if she decides to just defuse it. But she's a baller. She knows exactly what she needed to do. She has confidence in her aim.
Big girls don't hide.
Yeah, this is exactly what we needed to see from them, right? From the previous map, we wanted to see confidence from them, and Olulu said, "You want confidence? I'll give you confidence. Here, take my headshot." Man, that was great.
You were looking at Nuki, but now it's Olulu, a different KO.
Different KO.
Immediately! Not gonna get that headshot. It's gonna be Snooki. Just Gundif is better, regardless, but there are blades at least for Noxie. Valentine with the headhunter, not landing her shots. Actually, it's Mimi. Finally gets it, but Noxie does find Valentine in the end, and Snooki gets Noxie. Not too sure what to happen there. It's gonna be a bloody mid area if you think about it. It's 3 versus 3. Still equal when you think about it. Mimi, I think she's still thinking like, can I please have that Phantom? But let's be real here. What you need is just that headhunter, as Noki does get tagged by a recon. Immediately gonna reposition herself. If not, all of Breeze will be coming for her in that small little area. Olulu still waiting. Rotation from her two mates. This is a nice big angle they've taken over. Look at that.
It is. This mid area is theirs, but the thing is, X-Team Bo, they're positioning themselves to be able to rotate anywhere quickly if they have to. So if, let's say, they hit A right now, it's not going to be too much of a problem for X-Team to rotate and
30
do a
seconds
fast
left.
retake, not allowing them to get their positions for the post plant. So I love this. Now they're fearing the spike plant. Now they're going to
Spike
rotate.
planted.
And let's see if they're just going to go for it or if they're going to take some time to clear out all these different angles. Because they're not sure where they are, right? So they need to be extra careful about it.
Clear your corners. Mimi hears her, gets her straight in the head. Now 2 in the backside. It's not gonna be a problem. That's all they have to do. Behind orange, Olulu gonna clear the other corner, but gets
One
caught out
enemy
by
remaining.
Mimi between the pyramids. There's only one more. It's gonna be VK. VK, what are you gonna do? Cupcake just playing ring around the rosy with her. It's gonna test and try and half! But Cupcake, the timing was on her side. 5-2.
5-2. That was great. I mean, Cupcake, she was not too rushed about it. She knew that maybe it was just going to be the half diffuse coming out from VK. So, you know what? It's fine. Let's just let her diffuse up to half, and then I'll swing, get a free headshot. Of course, Cupcake showing up again with her headshots. Man, she's always so good when it comes to the A sides. So you know what? Yeah, she should be a permanent A-side anchor, both on defense and on offense. So that's great coming out from WSF. They found a thrifty. This might be the momentum shift they needed. And now we're gonna see a little bit more passivity from Snooki. As Team WSF, they're gonna lean into B. Gotta be careful about this angle VK is holding with that deadly headhunter.
Dolph has been performing Nuki as well, but Nuki's the one with the opening picks.
There you go.
Great. Now they don't have to worry too much. Someone pulling those angles, but
Wow.
look at Noxie. What a shot. Straight up clearing the backside. She needs to take more space. She's gonna go straight to arches. Full sight control is theirs. Cleared out with the recon as well. They want to get that high angle, but I really like that Mimi is playing at least in this lurky areas, catching people off guard. And Mimi's caught up 2 here in the middle. She does get one
There you
in
go.
position. Behind her! She's still 3 different ways! What a shot! But still goes down in the end from Interbell, but Cupcake gonna run out forward, still gets it. Gonna be a great round 8 for them as they take 2 rounds in a row.
Wow, this is looking like the momentum shift we were talking about. It's looking like WSF are very comfortable now, just trying to go for those peaks, getting the first picks, and then just executing towards side. Look at that confidence on the swing, just swing and headshot. And as you said, Mimi, this has been a trend for WSF. Mimi's always been so effective on the lurk. She's always able to just take care of her teammates from behind, and looking out and watching out for those flanks and always catching people mid-rotation. Mimi's always been a great piece to the puzzle. She's been delivering well. Olulu, though, also delivering while getting traded from Mimi and Nuki. They are still on point, Tash.
Lose 1, get 2.
Goodness.
We love that value here in Southeast
love
Asia.
that.
We love haggling. That's how we do it. Interbell, very clear angle here. Hunter's Fury is out just to buy some space. Gonna push out here. Will be Nuki. What a great distraction, but VK is there to trade it out. 2 versus 3. Still very possible. We do hear the Viper's Pit come through there on the A site.
Spike planted.
She has no clue if anyone is in halls. He should just move very quietly. Mimi is up there though. Not sure if she's gonna catch her off guard. It's gonna be her timing on the teleport. Probably caught her at the corner of her eye. Does playing inside there. Does get tagged a little bit. As for now, Valentine, they have full control of double doors. They know that everyone at least is inside of the Viper's
enemy
Pit. So a
remaining.
lot of value there from Mimi playing this long little angle. Mimi gets 3. Mimi with the lurks and the long angles. I'm loving it.
When you combine the ability to read your opponents and find timings, combine that with reflexes to be able to escape certain death, and combine that as well with certain aim, 100% accuracy on her flicks to the head. Look at this. Look at this flick.
Nasty.
Yes,
Oh my god.
baby, yes. My goodness. She just stepped up. Look at that. It was Dolph and I'm guessing Cupcake on top of the scoreboard, and now it's just Mimi on top. Unwavering. Just delivering so much value for her team.
Headshot
So
buff.
much goodness.
Her headshots have been so good today.
So good.
That mid control, they really want that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure they can cut at least the map in half. Hard to make rotations. Well, God, let's go to Snooki!
Mimi!
Trying to do that, but Mimi gets 2! 1 through the wall bang! Mimi's feeling herself right now.
My goodness, it was actually a very good flank from X-Teambo, but Mimi was just ready on that trade, getting 2. Again, lose 1, get 2. The value is true.
She should be a rapper.
Right here.
Plant come through. Catches another one off guard. My God, she has full control of mid. She can be a solo anchor if she wants to. No utils, no problem. Raw, pure headshot and aim. VK from door. Valentine is waiting. I'm not sure if they're very aware because they're gonna get distracted, but this recon will give them at least an idea. But here comes Noxy with the spray. Guppy kick and knock 1 each.
Man, I'm loving this form of WSF after the first 4 rounds they lost.
Momentum heavy.
It's something you do in Valorant, you know. You lose the first 4 rounds, it's fine, kind of, because you at least get to learn about your opponents. You get to read them and understand their habits and tendencies, and then in the following rounds you'll be able to figure it out and put in a counter in your gameplay, and that's what WSF has done. And that is in the form of Mimi just hitting headshots and finding such good timings on the lurks. So effective. So she makes it so easy for her teammates to just focus on getting onto the side. And any flanks are gonna come, Mimi's got
VKs might get this.
the angle. Yeah, the angle is so good from VK.
It really is. But now that A has been at least the mid
Oh, never mind.
it's gonna be unfortunately she has to reposition herself there. Really gonna rush onto side, clear that corner. It's important she does! Really liking this team, how they're just so aggressive with making sure that it's all clear for the teammates, regardless. Here's Nuki. I love this little corner. We call it the corner of death. Nuki might get something out of this. But the Viper wall is down, so no DK for her just yet. That knife at least still gets 2 suppresses. They know there's a Noxy the backside there. That area Valentine does still find Noxy in the end. Nuki, angle of death, gets 2 before finally traded out by Olulu. 2 versus 3. What else? Spoke, that's 1. Not quite enough to get 2, but that's Interval onto Cupcake. Watch this. Dolph waiting from the side there. My God, Interval still gets her with a turn of first. Dolph swing out. Still gets it. Too close for comfort, but they got it.
They got it. And who else? Who better to be in that clutch position aside from Dolph? Dolph knows exactly what to do in those situations. And it wasn't supposed to be that close, but it was thanks to Interball just hitting a massive flick there towards Mimi. That's just unthinkable how she was able to get that kill. But Dolph, the angle, with the adjustment on the crosshair, it was all that she needed to bring forward the lead. And now it's suddenly turned around. WSF, they're in the lead with 1 round. And another round to play with this first half. She's going to spot out Snooki. Snooki's still going to survive with her knives. But is she going to be able to find anything, though?
Quiet that wall. The menace. She doesn't have her blades anymore because of the suppress as well. It's very irritating, but Mimi does have the op. Oh!
What?
Gets it! What on earth was that?
Strike down A.
How? That's the question I have right now. Is Olulu still gets 1 more? Not
One enemy
remaining.
remaining.
Exactly. Olulu is then Yuki. I want to say this is one of the cleanest rounds, and it's because of that Viper wall.
Yeah. 6 rounds in a row for WSF, all thanks to the step-ups from each player on this team. How do you hit those shots like this, Mimi?
What did I click?
Come on,
1
man.
enemy remaining.
It's almost unfair for X-Teambo at this point that Mimi's able to hit those kinds of shots. And
I thought Mimi was gonna die.
also, yeah, well, one thing we have to call out here is Tash. Nuki, on her suppressions and null command, it was all on point. The previous round, she used null command to suppress the chamber. The chamber had a tour de force out. They were safe from it because of the null command. And then the next round, she used the 0 point to hit Snooki, and her knives are gone. And then Mimi had that flick, which is a totally different thing and also an impressive thing on its own. But the point is, everyone from W Streak Esports female just stepped up and worked so well with each other that they got 6 rounds in a row in that first half to get the lead 7-5 going into the second half.
That util usage was insane if you think about it. That timing.
Crazy.
Snooki only had a classic. I think what she wanted to do was move forward with the right click.
Yes.
But it's really
Yes.
hard to do anything because there was that Viper's wall there as well. So probably, I don't know why, but I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, that kill from Mimi. Because I tend to get headshots by accident, by surprise. So
By surprise.
by surprise. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
if that was the case for Mimi as well, because those are the best kinds. Regardless, I would say that despite losing so many rounds early, WSF really managed to adjust. That early timeout, I think, is what's best for
It's
them.
actually good.
Yeah, it was really good
Yeah.
because we saw that adjustment come through. And it wasn't even a major adjustment. It was very minor.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, I am wrong. It was a perfect time to get a pause in, and they made it work flawlessly. They got 6 rounds in a row in a pretty dominating fashion, to be honest. They knew exactly where to look for the enemies. They knew exactly where to clear those angles first, and they just got the shots as well. Nuki, again with the first floods. I think she got at least 3 out of that first half. Mimi, again with the crazy lurks and the crazy shots onto the heads, and of course that flick towards the end. Everything just went right for W Streak Female. And X-Team-Bo, I think something about them is they are, again, the confidence. They needed to radiate confidence to go into this next half, because I know it's kind of tough to build that confidence in the midst of getting rolled by your opponents, but it's really the one thing that can save you from losing this map altogether. So going into the second half, I'm really hoping to see some fast executes from X-Team-Bo. And again, on attack, we've seen how they know how to play the defaults. They know how to play it slow. They can read their opponents pretty well, but when it comes to the executes, some hesitation will kill you. So let's hope X-Team-Bo will not have any more of those in the bag.
I think this is where we might see Snooki and even Valentine pop off. It is their attack round. 5 to 7 isn't necessarily like the biggest disparity, but immediately it's going to be
No.
Snooki. It's got out.
It's okay.
They'll be okay. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
This is a very fast onto site, and I'm really liking this because on gun rounds, you can get a lot of value moving fast. Flash comes through, and you get to reposition. Snooki's gonna be with the opening. Olulu
There
as
you
well.
go.
Dolph does get one
Oh.
with the
Down
shock
B.
dart. Still very fun seeing those.
Mm-hmm.
Spike does get dropped, but they're gonna have to reposition because now all the rotates have come through. Mimi didn't get any value, at least with the headshots, but does get one from VK instead. Let me just give it that back to you. But Dolph,
Planted
ooh, crispy onto Snooki. Dolph and Cupcake playing the very, very dangerous game. 2 versus 3. Interbelt is so low. Death corner by the boxes is still very much
One
open,
enemy
but
remaining.
look at that. Valentine just spray and pray.
Ooh.
Into the head.
They're dead.
Clean, I have to say.
This was what we were wanting to see from VK, right? We saw that she picked up the chamber. We know how good she is with the headshots. And, well, there you go. Returning one to Mimi, replying in kind, and then finishing the round off with another one towards this very cupcake. And so 6-7, see, it's not too bad. They're just 1 round away now, and actually they are on track to equalize with the gun's advantage. So Valentine pulling out the Marshall. I think she's still itching to use the operator, even though she's playing a Sova. So at least this Marshall is gonna scratch out.
Oh,
Especially with a
exactly what you said. Great opening from her. Full halt control in their hands. And now they're saying, let's switch out guns. You can take that.
I'm low. I'm 5 HP. Take it. But in the end, it was actually the same gun. They swapped out Spectres. They were swapping out skins, Tash. Your skin's better. Give it to me.
Yeah, we like skins. That's how we play. It's always the skin buff that's really
Yeah.
important. But on the site, really fast here. But Cupcake will be suppressed and killed eventually. Olulu is just so fast. The Dolph does fail to find Olulu. Battle of the Sovas on the Marshals. And for now, Dolph, mid, empty. You're gonna have to move. It's really hard for you to move into the side because you're not too sure if there's gonna be someone pulling a Mimi. Regardless, Noxie, she does have a sheriff in hand. We all know the value you can get with those guns. You can make it expensive. You wanna get those guns away before you go into your bonus. Noxie moves out here, waiting for Snooki. Which exactly area are they gonna be? They do hear the footsteps. And for now, they hear the gun sounds. But for now, it's gonna be no headshot for her. Snooki sprays her down. Can't
One
see
enemy
anything from the
remaining.
other side. Snooki with the Spectre, getting all the value they need, and they only lost Olulu.
Just a Lulu. It's fine. The sacrificial lamp.
Wow.
You know, sometimes we need to sacrifice things to get even more value out of life, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To be with someone, you need to be without someone.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know if you got that. Sorry. Sorry for sounding so old.
I didn't get it. I was just like, oh, is there more to this?
No. It
I'm
was
pretty sure
okay.
I'm older than you though, so.
Well, it's fine. I can take it. All right. Let's move on to this equally fast round, I think. I think WSF, they should be worried about this Hall's control that X-Team Bo have been trying to get control of. And look at that. It's a very quick A split. I think the door is going to get opened very soon. They're going to execute towards A.
People are in holds.
Yeah.
Oh, but VK is the one pulling the Mimi now. Gets one straight there. Mid rotation. Spray and pray from
Again.
Snooki. She couldn't see anything. That was a defensive spray. Ooh, still gets one cupcake. Gonna fight Snooki in the end. Expensive round once again for WSF. They're not really reaching these
remaining.
bonuses. VK 3 in the pocket. There's only one more to worry about, and that's gonna be in Halls. What is Dolph gonna do? Nothing, because Valentine will be the one to shoot her out.
She is scratching to use the operator. The Marshall is fine, though. She's been finding headshots non-stop with the Marshall. And VK, I love that term. Let's coin it right now. Pulling off a Mimi. That's what VK did, right? Just lurking, being in the right place, the right time, catching people off guard while they're rotating. What a perfect life for a chamber, honestly. And WSF, they're going to worry about that. Again, with the timing of the pauses. This time, I agree. This time, I like it.
They lost
Even
what,
though
2
I was
in a row?
wrong the
3 in a
previous
row?
one. Yeah, they lost
Yeah, they lost a bonus.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
They lost a bonus. So it's really good to take some time to talk about it.
It's very
And,
interesting. What do you think WSF did wrong in that bonus round?
I think it was just not being prepared for that fast execute. It was more about X-Team Bo doing a great execute towards A with that split. Just having 3 people towards halls, opening up the door, and just all those utilities, as we mentioned, the placements, the usage. It was so crucial because Mimi, she was stuck, like literally stuck towards yellow without being able to shoot anyone, without being able to see anyone. It was just an easy take for X-Team Bo, and WSF, they were just caught unaware. And so WSF, if they can just play a little bit more actively in terms of taking control, then they would be able to know that, oh, it was a fast A execute. Oh, it's going to be a fast B execute. Otherwise, they're just going to be caught in those setups that X-Team Bo have brought onto the game.
I'm really liking how she left her wall, rather cupcake on B. And then immediately she moved into A. Like, the
Yeah.
setup is coming through. She's gonna put a snake bite toward double doors. Look at that push there from the WSF. It's from the backside. Flash comes through. Lulu goes forward, finds cupcake off guard. Look how fast she moves with her utilities. That's what makes her so good.
Man, this is exactly what we've hoping for. We've been hoping for from X-Team Bo. Just confidently pushing out, executing. Oh, what a timing! Getting 1 and 2 and flick left and right. Everybody gets 1. Wow, what a performance from each of the individuals from X-Team Bo.
What a
Easy.
pinch! Catching them straight there. Look at that. Olulu moves forward with her utilities. And because they were all trying to come in through double doors, they were already prepared from the other side as well.
Oh, it's their turn now to take a pause? This is an interesting one. No, but this is actually this one I like because now they're going into the first gun round with a potential operator on the side of WSF, right? So they might need to take some time to think about how they want to deal with this operator, which is a very important thing to do as an attacker. Yes, they've been finding success executing quickly into any of these sides of their choice, either B or A. It's fine, they can do it. But now with an operator at play, they might have to try and be more careful about it. They might have to go a little slower to try and figure out where this operator player is actually positioned at. And once they find out where Mimi is playing with that operator, then they can just decide whether they want to pile utilities onto her or just ignore her altogether and then go a U-turn and go hit the other side. So that's the 2 options they have. Let's see what they're going with.
At one point, WSF's plays are also seeming very one-dimensional as well. We're not seeing an adjustment in
No.
how they play just yet. They're still trying to make whatever setup they have work. I think at one point you guys gotta change it. You're getting quite predictable.
You want to play? Let's play.
You want to play? Let's play. Let's just play with Halls, but apparently I think they're privy to this. Ooh, VK. Oh, the timing! She unscoped just in time as VK peeked out, and Mimi, she has to be thankful. She's gonna be counting her stars right now. She's not
She
dead
might not
just
be.
yet.
She needs to make sure that she has full control of Halls. Maybe put a util in there so that she's not able to get that shot. I don't know if I wanna peek that, honestly. She's just so quick, but speaking of quick, it's gonna be Intrabel with the quickness, but it's gonna be Yuki with the trade. Mimi finds Valentine instead. It's good enough for her. She finds VK too! You send 2 to me, and I will take you away, because Halls is mine.
Man,
Planted.
it was unfortunate. Okay, let's talk about that later, because Mimi is not done just yet with the operator. She's gonna find a third, and well, I guess Snowkey was kind of jittering, and Nuki was making use of that to find that final headshot to secure the round. And I just wanted to talk about that last round, Tash. We talked about how the Team X Team Bo were supposed to figure out how to deal with Mimi's operator. They found where she was, they decided to challenge her, and I think they will be regretting that decision now.
Yeah, because Mimi doesn't necessarily lurk. Sometimes she's holding. But this idea that they have from WSF, catching them in the mid-rotate, has been good. Because it's not Mimi catching people mid-rotate now. It's actually Yuki who's there with her teammate.
Man,
That's the
Mimi,
flexibility.
she's so insane with the operator. She's just popping off this game. Whatever she plays, whatever position she has, whether a lurk, whether an anchor, doesn't matter. She's just gonna perform.
All set up.
And now she's gonna go for it. Oh, this is an aggressive push. That's so much information she's gonna get. Is she gonna push all the way though? That might be dangerous.
I think this might be the extent of it. I just realized there's a double op that they have
It
here.
is.
Oh, she might get it! Yes, she does! But it's gonna be Olulu who wins the gun round, or at least the gun battle on mid side. Wonder if they're gonna go for that op drop there. I think they have. Can't see it on there anymore, but they're gonna rush straight into A. There's no one still watching. Only Cupcake is there, and Cupcake is gonna get tagged. But they're really moving away. Breaks the knife. Oh my
Yikes.
god! It's like running from the lion's den into the jaws of another animal. But I am the hunter comes out. Does he get any value? The question. No, it doesn't. Not a single tag. Flash coming out by Nuki. Doesn't know where exactly everyone is. Nuki from the backside. Surprise! I'm here after all!
Oh,
With two.
what?
Snooki with 1. Almost flawless.
That was fast. I didn't think it was going to go that fast. Because it seems like they had the opening kill, right? And they had the positional advantage when retaking because they knew exactly where X Team Bo was positioned. But X Team Bo, they decided to take so much control, so deep into the defender's spawn towards bridge even. And WSF just didn't expect that. And this was something that we wanted to see more out of X Team Bo, and they're just delivering so much of what we wanted to see, and it's become so good for them. They've been finding so much value out of this.
Yeah,
So good.
Go on aggressive plays. It's a whole
yeah.
different beast.
We
I
love to
it.
see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Olulu, I think Olulu has been like one of the great ones when it comes to those opening picks. Her and Interbell are two of the ones I noticed that is just not afraid, as supportive agents are not afraid to take up space. And usually if you have this sort of aggressive hold on mid side, you pretty much have almost the whole map in your possession, which is what allowed them access to double doors.
And they're going to be able to figure out what the rotates are going to be like for the attackers, because now they have mid control. They're going to see if X Team Bo is going to rotate towards A or B. And it's going to be on Mimi to stay alive and call to her teammates where they should be rotating. And this time, they are taking it slow, though. So Mimi might not be aware of this rotate towards B until it's too late. Because, look, Nuki is only
They know now.
alone towards the side. Finally, there's going to be a
30 seconds
rotation, but might be a little too late.
Snooki already taking up all space in the backside. Fragment clearing out those corners. Viper's Pit as well.
Damn.
This is the perfect setup for them. The question is, can their Viper stay alive? Oh
What-
my
what?
god, Mimi! Can't just do what on earth? See how fast she's moving. As Noxy gonna be caught out by Olulu. But 2, Cupcake finds VK. For now, Interbell finds the trade instead. Mimi gets flashed out. Gonna just rush out forward. It's gonna be Mimi with the 3K. It's only one more to worry about. It's Interbell. Where are you? Drew side by side. It's a cross. Unintentional, but still a cross.
Still. Oh my goodness. Mimi and Dolph. They are just securing rounds by rounds for WSF. Slowly catching up to X-Team-Bo. It was such a good try from Olulu as well, because Olulu was trying so hard to survive in that awkward position until the end, where it was a little too hard for her to reposition, so she finally get caught. But it was a great try from X-Team-Bo, and the only difference from this round, between this round and the rounds they've won after they had the spike plant, is they didn't go for more control dash. And so they were getting pinched by the WSF players, and that allowed WSF to get early retakes. And let's see if X-Team-Bo is going to adjust that again once they take A, if they do take A.
Halls full control in their favor. But Dolph knows there's one person there who's out. There's shock dart just to buy some time. Suppression does come through null command. But they do have access to doors. You hear the Blade Storm come through as well. That's 2 ultimates already opened up. Mimi from the side there gets 2! What a spray! Pushes out. Oh my god, how did she survive that? There is no way! Regardless, only Valentine to worry about. Mimi doing the heavy lifting. Moving so much space for her team. Eventually does break down on Lulu. Valentine just waiting here outside. So long as Cupcake doesn't walk out, she's gonna stay alive. Spike is on the site itself. Gonna be hard for Valentine.
Wait.
Taking some damage. No, Spike.
I love how Valentine is like losing hope. You know what? Fine. You've been wallbanging me so much anyway. I'm just gonna go for my death. She did. But Mimi though. Tash, what in the world is going on with this lady? She is so on point.
She wants to go to Elite.
Might be. This might be. Oh well, she wants that Elite. Yes, she does. And I think she deserves it. Honestly, she deserves it if she can just keep this performance up. Look at that. 28? Almost a 30 bomb already? Okay.
Battle
we see
of
you, Mimi. We see you.
Mimi and Olulu.
Yeah.
They're
Love these
insane.
names, Mimi and Olulu.
So cute as well.
Very cute. Not with the guns, though.
No.
Too scary. Too scary.
Speaking of that, Dolph's been doing such a stellar job watching halls, I have to say.
Yeah.
Just very patient. If
Great.
they can't hold it, they just allow them the doors and it's fine.
Yeah. She's a great anchor wherever she's stationed at. And now she's going to get even more info for her teammates. Look, guys, there's so many mid. And the rotators are coming.
Knife is out! Oh, gonna go down, but there is a trade from Noxy. If you notice, WSF, they have this buddy system. They just trade each other. Speaking of that, there's gonna be Mimi and Snooki with another trade. Mimi does find Valentine in return. Gonna get the man advantage or the lead advantage at least. Ooh, nearly goes down into Bell for the backlines. Mimi at her teleport.
Toxins going up.
Bit of an awkward teleport there. Unfortunate, the positioning of that TP there. But it's a 2v2.
Spike
Tash,
planted.
I think they're going to go and scour all the way from the right. And if that's what they do, I think they're going to find the first kill very easily towards Interbell.
Yeah, buddy. Is it gonna be double one? It's gonna be one! And there's gonna be a double sweep here. At least Snooki, can you flick? Not quite. Because Cupcake was there.
That was a lineup. That was so close. And somehow, someway, WSF, they found back the lead. And now it's 11-10. And X-Team-Bo, seems that it was working so well for them, but somehow it's just not working out anymore. And I don't know if they still have a timeout available, because if they do, I think this might be the right time to do it. Otherwise, they might have to just try their best to adjust.
Still watching that last kill again and again. It's just unfortunate that she wasn't able to land that spray transfer. It was just too close.
Too close.
Scanning ahead.
Mid scan. Should be able to get them some info, and Mimi's ready for this. And we know how effective she is with the operator, and now it's a tour de force, an upgraded operator. She get pushed off by that drone though. Still trying to stick in this position. I think she'll be able to get a kill if that smoke wasn't down. Perfect placement.
Snooki on the side. Cupcake does find BK. Cupcake half HP. Snooki's also quite low. Because Noxy already getting a second one. But for now, it's going to be Cupcake. They'll get the equalizer at least one more rather. For now, look at these taps from Mimi. Great switch of the weapon. It's only going to be Interbell. We know she can hit the shots. But can she at least get one before she goes down is the question. Very open area here. I don't think Mimi knows that she's there. She just put out the tour de force. Playing quietly. What are you gonna do? No one is looking her way. Wall banging still wins it with the Guardian. Everyone knows she's there. Gonna switch that, get a little upgrade.
Enemy.
Gonna be Imbili. Gonna smoke out the top side there, but not gonna go far as Doll finds her with her back toward her gun.
Man, being in that position is like being Waldo, but with no other drawings on the bench. She was just standing in the middle of nowhere, being tagged by a drone.
Enemy remaining.
Not easy, not hard to find. And find her they did. It was unlucky for Mimi though. Tour de force is way too long as a weapon, you know?
Yeah. And it's golden and shiny.
Exactly.
Anyone can see it from halfway across the map.
Yeah. And well, X-Team-Bo, unfortunately, they have to let this lead slide. The match point is now in the hands of WSF. And this read is going to be perfect for Mimi if she finds a kill here. Oh, it's so close. Is she going to go for it?
Oh, she
is. And the timing is perfect as Snowky's holding out a knife. VCT is looking like it's stalled, especially with a second kill. Mimi, stop!
Oh, man. She's on fire. She gets 3.
Spike down B.
We get quad. And what more? Yes, it will.
Hey.
Give us ace. We want to see this ace for the closing.
Go for it. Ace it, Mimi.
All alone. Dolph still waiting. Trying to find some information. VK on the side. VK still gets it, but Dolph from the top side. Not gonna get the ace. But they are gonna get the game. Map 2. WSF brings it home 2-0.
My God, Mimi. She's got like, what, 33, 34 kills? Something like that. Whatever it is, it's Mimi and her insane plays today that's given WSF the comeback of the day. I'm sorry, I got stuck there a little bit. But hey, Mimi, you are impressing the hell out of everyone watching today. Congratulations to WSF for the second map, but of course it's not over yet. But what was that from Mimi, Tash? How can she find this performance in the middle of this game?
I think one thing that's really great about WSF is that I think in the first few rounds, they tend to sort of not shine just yet. They kind of try to figure out, how exactly does this puzzle work? Where exactly going to come from? But once a timeout comes through and they figured it out, they just take so many rounds in a row. And I have to say, WSF is a team that works on momentum. If you see a team get a win at least even once, they're immediately going to call a timeout. They're like, nah. Just because you get one, you're not going to take that momentum away from us.
You're right. And I take it back. The pauses were great from WSF because it turns out that they were exactly what they needed from those rounds that they lost. And just the recovery from WSF, it was just so amazing to see that. Mimi, 424 average combat score and 34 kills? Excuse me?
This map was made for Mimi.
It was made for Mimi. I mean, it's Breeze. She's playing a chamber with some crazy headshots in store, and the operator as well. I mean, look, it's unfair that we're actually spotlighting Mimi and not mentioning all these other teammates. Dolph was also an insane anchor for Team WSF. Most of the time, we can always rely on Dolph with those clutches and for protecting the areas that she was guarding. And unfortunately for X-Team-Bo, even though it looked really good in the beginning, WSF just figured things out, and they figured X-Team-Bo out.
Yeah,
they
but
did it.
you really gotta look at Olulu as well, because Olulu was great
She
with
was
this
good.
opening. Oh my god, like every time like she gets an opening pick, she gets 2. She gets 3.
right.
And it's
That's
actually really crazy looking at her because all eyes were on her in the first half.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Olulu, I think the rounds would have been much less less intense, I would say, because Olulu was always the saving grace for Xtimbo in some of the rounds. It was her that was protecting Xtimbo from total annihilation. And WSF, I mean, this is the performance that is required out of an elite team, and they're showing us that they really do want that elite slot, Tash.
Yeah, especially on how they play this map is really showing, but this is actually still closer than I thought.
That's
Both
right.
of these maps were actually what
Very close,
we're not
very
yeah,
tight.
very close, even though it is a WSF's pick, but we're seeing this stellar sort of performance come in from XTB as well, because it's as though they already can tell how exactly this map is played by WSF.
Enemy remaining.
And it's great that WSF can still deliver, even though it was their map pick. They still found some challenge from Xtimbo. This shows that Xtimbo, they know how to read their opponents out. They know how to counter their opponents on their map pick. And now they're gonna go into their own map pick, right? And let's just hope that Haven is something that they're prepared for. Otherwise, this might be the last time we're gonna see them play, at least for this year, in the VCT Game Changer circuit. Mimi, if you can keep this performance up, you are gonna be one hell of a player in the VCT Game Changer circuit. But I think we have some news that Mimi is actually gonna be sitting on the bench for next match.
Ooh. I think it's more of like how it's played. I mean, I would expect to see Mimi actually, especially with her performance.
Yeah.
Especially on C long, A long, even B.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you can get a lot of value there. But I guess because Rosie, they want more controllers, I believe,
That's
for
right,
this map,
that's right.
which is probably why. I can already expect it's going to be her Brimstone. But I do kind of hope that we're going to see a Breach from them as well.
Yeah, I mean, Breach is a very underrated agent, I feel like, especially on Haven, where it's a big map, but there are so many narrow pathways that you can always maximize your utilities on, especially when you're a Breach. So if we see a Breach, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm all for it, but of course we're going to have to wait for that, Tash.
Yep, because now we're going for a break. When we come back, Haven, don't go anywhere.
Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Waiting for this moment, swinging for the fence now. Coming off the bench, coming off the bench now. Gotta get up, cause we about to get down. again. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again. We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends.
It was an insane matchup just now, all the way in Breeze, with Mimi from W Streak landing 34 frags. Welcome back to the VCT Game Changers APAC LCQ. I'm Tashbunny alongside Sleepy, and we're casters for today.
Yes, I mean, 34 kills for Mimi. She has performed, and this is what else is there? This is the day that she needed to do that, and she did it. So, W Streak female, they are ahead by 2 maps, and they only need 1 more map, Tash, to get that slot into Elite, where they can fight it out with the top teams of the Game Changer circuit, and maybe even get a chance to go to Berlin.
That's what they want, because now, before they can do that, they have to head on over to Haven first.
Yes.
And this is XTB's pick.
This map pick is going to show us some things that XTB has prepared, and I really hope they've prepared well for this one. And something interesting about Haven is this is X-Team Bo's pick, but X-Team Bo is going to start on defense, which means WSF, they have opted to start on attacking. And seeing how aggressive they've been, seeing how confident they've been, I think that's a great choice. And the only hope I have for X-Team Bo right now is that they have some surprises for us. We haven't really seen Haven from them, and I really hope that they can find their groove like they did in the first half of that second map. And actually, even in the second half, they did find some openings for them to use towards the end. But WSF, they just managed to, with the help of the pauses, they managed to just get it done because they figured things out. And X-Team Bo, it's on them to not allow WSF to read them too well. And maybe with the surprises they have in store, we're going to see that happen here on Haven.
It's very interesting, their lineup from yesterday. Double Initiator is what they're opting for. Not surprising that Olulu is on the breach. Can play him as aggressively as you want.
She's good, man. Olulu, I mean, her aim is on point, so I hope to see her supporting, yes, but also just playing for herself, using the utilities, not being afraid to just make plays for herself, for her team. Otherwise, we're not going to see any openings go to the way of her team. So, Olulu, something about her is that she's always, under the radar. We're not always spotlighting her, but in the moments where she was required to step up, she's just there. So she was always so reliable in that manner. And hopefully her team can just make use of that and allow her to go for those plays. Otherwise, we're not going to see a difference from the second map and the first map.
I think there's also a downside to that. If she does go crazy, she does play off her utils.
That is
but
true.
sometimes those utils kind of are needed for her team to get onto the map as well. So it depends exactly what they want to go for or they want to do, but we really want to see Olulu be able to just play on her own if possible. I want her to be able to just spread off from the team. Regardless, if you look at what W Streak has played in terms of Haven, I think the last time they played it was against BMG, and I have to say it wasn't bad per se, but they only have one lineup, and that is the lineup they're using for today.
Okay. Well, at least it means they're consistent about it, right? They are. They know it's tested. They know the ins and outs, the weaknesses and strengths of the composition, so they'll be able to just adjust on that. We see a Killjoy coming from WSF, so that's going to be a change up from the chamber that we usually see. But let's see how they're going to use this agent's utilities in terms of taking the map control. Only one chamber, back to VK this time. And I'd say that's a great decision. She did pull off some memes in the previous game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
let's see if she's going to do that again.
One thing that I'm really curious is more of Cupcake. I mean, she's great on the Viper. We know that. But when it comes to
is.
Omen, I've seen her how she plays Viper is not like what I would like to see. I mean, my favorite Omen player right now is still Envious from SMG. How she plays an Omen is very aggressive, very selfish. Playing with the utils, very selfish on her own, and she gets so much value from it. Regardless, how Cupcake plays is more, trying to enable her team. So it's a very stark difference on what we can expect.
Well, there is a early mid push there by the side of Xteambo, and this is so much info for them. They don't have A lobby control though, so therefore they're not too sure whether WSF is actually all the way in A lobby or are they still in attacker's base. And now Lulu's going to spot out one towards Haystack, and that's going to allow them to rotate towards mid and just leave one player towards A.
She saw the top of Noxie's head.
Yes, she did. Just one glimpse of that ponytail,
Oh, yeah. The glorious, beautiful ponytail. But for now, it's going to be Snooki. Ooh.
Wow.
Despite holding the angle, Yuki still won that.
Yeah. Also, the fact that Dolph is now on Jet, I love it because now she's allowed to just go wild with her crazy aim. Now the A setup is going to come through, but it is a stack, Tash. It's going to be a stack.
This is rough because Yuki from the side still gets one, Dolph from the other. VK finds Dolph, but it doesn't really matter because Yuki and Noxie. This is what you're talking about. Yuki and Noxie, go kill.
The dynamic duo from WSF. Nuki again with the first blood. Pistol round, first blood. Pistol round, first blood. That's just the Nuki special. And 1-0 to lead in this third map. This is such a major confidence boost for the team. This is going to be telling them that, yeah, we are the better team today. And you know what? Let's use it. Let's capitalize on it. How do we capitalize on it? Buy a Vandal, Nuki. Buy a Vandal, Dolph.
Oh,
whatever. Just go rifles, second round. Damn.
They want to get value from this. But if they lose, though, ouch, ouch, ouch.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah.
Careful. That's your pension money. Don't lose it all at once. And hopefully you'll still be able to retire in peace if you lose this. But you know what? Knowing what Nuki is capable of, I don't think that's going to happen. Unless the shorties, or Snowkey and Intrabel, are going to give us some good shows.
Oh, I feel like it is. We saw that on Bind. It might happen again. But they're not playing those close angles. But look how fast they are already on the site. This is not what they were expecting because they were playing the close or corners on A and B. But for now, these sprays coming through. But it's going to be Rosie, Dolph, and Cupcake going to get one each. The value that they want. The only thing they have from Intrabel and Snooki are those shorties. Intrabel coming in.
Now there's no possible way they can make this
There's
work.
nothing they can make this work. They don't even have smokes.
No, they don't.
That is a classic, at least. They can switch
You want a
to.
classic?
Trying to be optimistic here.
Yeah. How desperate are you when you see a classic? You're excited. That's just not a position you want to be in. Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Not gonna happen though.
Nuki, come on. It's so sharp on the back.
Yeah, I think. I mean, she has a dash. She can dash forward and get one, maybe. Oh no, she does!
Oh.
No! Good enough for her. She's gonna
I
be
count
happy with
that. I count that as a W. Honestly, I count
Yeah.
that as a win. I'll take it.
I haven't seen a dash with a shorty in a long time.
In a long time.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been, since the Judge nerf days. The shorty also got nerfed, and well, people just haven't been believing in the shorty as much. But Snooki is a believer, and she got paid for it with a kill.
She got a kill.
That's good.
And now she got a bonus too. And Cupcake lost her gun. Oh wait, no, she didn't. She was on the.
She didn't. She
Bulldog
didn't. She
there.
was on
Yeah.
the Bulldog. It's fine. Two of the other players, they had to go to, so they picked it up. And now they have full rifles going into the bonus. So WSF, they're not playing around. They know, they love doing this. They just want to buy every single time they can. And I think it's going to pay dividends if they can find the first kill towards A main, maybe? Since there's a very aggressive push coming.
Here.
In fact, they're just going to stay there.
Oh,
So
they
it's
want
really
garage.
up to WSF to re-clear it if they can. But if not, this might be really good for X Team Bo.
If say they take B and go to C, they can
Mm.
get Link in their favor as well as Garage. It'll be so good. Not sure if they actually spotted out Dolph here. They have two different pinches they want. They already spotted out the Astra from one side. Just trying to break it. Making sure that no one's gonna be there, but it's gonna be Valentine who's gonna find
Nice.
Yuki first. She's not gonna get the opening shot this time. It's looking really good. Smokes gonna allow them access at least through Garage, but the turret does get really just yeeted away. Dolph moving forward, WSF gonna
Wow.
get 2 out of that. Valentine does get 1 more regardless. Noxie gonna go for the plant. Interbell coming in. She
Spike
does get
planted.
smoked out. She's gonna go in through Garage. So still a 3-on-3. It's a nice little crossfire if they do make it through long. We're not gonna spot out 1! Great! It's gonna be Noxie going down first. From the backside. Dolph's gonna trade out and back in return.
One
Aftershock,
enemy remaining.
wall bang through the wall. Perfect. We're now gonna Aftershock gonna be used to just clear the backside here. It's gonna be a Lulu who gets it.
Oh,
Gonna look real good. And they have 2 alive still.
that's not too bad. At least they still have guns to
failed.
bring forward into the next round. And the thing is about buying rifles in your second round, it might not be too good on your pocket money. So now it's a question of whether they can buy up for this fourth round rather. And it was also a great try from Dolph. What a sharpshooter this lady is. Almost made it work, but that recon really unfortunate for Cupcake. She
So
just
sick.
got caught in the middle of nowhere.
She got wall banged so hard. So unfortunate, but it's gonna be Dolph with the shorty this time. Dolph learned
Well,
something from Snooki.
No. She has a Blade Storm, Tash. Relax. It's not going to be the shorty only.
Aw,
And
man.
they have a lot of ultimates. They have the Rolling Thunder. So I think that would be a great tool to enter A.
Blocking sight.
Just as I say it, they do it. Now they have A control. It's going to be a 5v5 full retake.
Straight onto site. She still has a cloud burst as well. Snooki from top side here. She doesn't have access. She's just
Spike
waiting for the
planted.
smoke to dissipate. Now, one thing about A is that it's very difficult to retake.
Enemy marked.
Let the nano swarms out just to buy some time. But now Snooki can see absolutely everything. They know she's on heaven. Comes down. Ooh, beautifully done. But it's gonna be Dolph who finds BK. But it's gonna be a trade on trade. Rosie Cupcake get 1 each. So does Interbell. Interbell from the side.
remaining.
Finds Cupcake. Oh,
Wow.
Lulu. Doesn't really matter. She's not gonna tank the damage. She doesn't care.
Damn. What a retake. I mean, it looked kind of scary at first because I think Cupcake had the angle towards the last 2 players, but she just couldn't deliver the shots needed to
see
close out the
Snowkey?
round for WSF. Snowkey just
Look at this.
going for it, you know? And she trusted her teammates so much with their stuns, and it paid off. It's something that you can only do if you do trust your teammates, you know? Okay, my teammate told me the stun is coming through, I'm just gonna go dash for it. And she did it, and she found that the breach was stunned. Noxie was just nowhere near aware of that move from Snowkey because she was so dazed by the stun, and that's a great retake coming from Mexico. Oh, an early Hunter's Fury isn't gonna find anything. That's forget finding anything. She gets 2.
Perfect. Cupcake does get Snooki straight ahead. Perfect. Paranoia does come out as well. They teleport away to safety. Losing 2. Initiator and your duelist is not the way to go. And this is a happy day for Interbell.
It was great by Interbell. Granted, it is an eco round, so maybe it's not that much of a loss. If anything, maybe they can be happy that the Hunter's Fury is now not available for the next round, but still, getting 2 kills like that. And VK just with a head and run of her own. This is looking like a secured round for X Team though.
At least they got 1 out. Constellation they have. They do have the fault line coming through as well. Straight line through Cuss as well, but landing this headshot,
wow.
Noxie. She does really well on Thrifties if you think about it. And if you remember through trends, that
Yeah.
WSF, they have one of the best Thrifties I've seen so far this tournament.
1 enemy remaining.
Coming through, Valentine really gets Noxie, Interbell gets 1 more, 3k in the pocket. They lost 2, but it's okay.
Okay. And I just want to point out Interbell's recons have been insanely useful for her teammates. It's the exact same place too. Recon onto C enabled them to retake the previous round. The recon this round, they just secured the kills without any real hardship, giving them the lead now, 3-2 for X-Team Bo. I'm surprised WSF haven't taken a pause yet.
Oh yeah, usually they do so early. I'm wondering
Yeah.
what they have in mind. Tour de Force is out. Hear it, Silky. They get value from that op. They know exactly where they are. Does she get it? No, not quite. Barely
Targets
missing
were
that
too
fault line as
tiny.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the hits.
I mean, sometimes it's fun
Ponytails.
when you see. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, Sage's ponytail is so high up.
It is. It's like
Get-
it's unfair actually because it's giving you a false impression on the hitbox, but sometimes you do get killed by it. So
Yeah.
it's 50-50.
It's a very funny situation. Regardless,
I've
cut the
got your
noise.
trail.
Liking this. Seekers are out. Are they gonna get a value? Maybe gonna reposition will be VK. Have to give that up, but for now, Dolph will be the one. Ooh, actually, no, it's Rosie finds VK as she repositions. They were not expecting that. Straight on to C. Now Nano Swarm's already put onto the spike just to buy some time. Dolph playing right behind this box here, making sure to play a little bit back so she doesn't get wall banged. Smokes as well. Aftershock, she has to move back. Aftershock up, she still eats that damage. She finally
Wait,
gets
what?
the kill though, regardless. But Olulu will be trading that out. Olulu goes down. Cosmic gets one more. Noxy, clean. That Cosmic Divide kind of helps them.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very effective Cosmic Divide, but for your opponent. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was the best Cosmic Divide ever. But the one thing that I was taken aback by was the fact that Dolph managed to survive for that long when she was getting droned out and after shocked and still managing to get a kill. That's just insane how it was possible. And the retake just didn't come through for X-Team Bo this time around. Perfect positioning from WSF, and of course the Cosmic Divide didn't help either. Now they're just going to go for another slow round, filling out the positions of X-Team Bo. Maybe even getting a free kill here. Valentine taken out to 23. Not going to want to repeat that. She's going to be playing very passive, and Seaside will be free for the taking if WSF decides to go for it.
I already saw a rotate away from A from the other two players. They're gonna just go into B. Quick rotates. Gives them access to mid as well. Look what Intrabellis
Yo!
with the judge. Sorry, not the judge, Guardian. One tapped straight to the face. Now she's like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm just switch positions
happy.
to the other
Yeah.
side.
You can take A now. I got my share.
It's on to
Let me just
Dolph
take
as
it
well.
later. Yeah, let me just take it back later. I have my friends with me. But remember, Valentine is low. She does have
Placing
no
swamp
more
grenade.
stars to work
Swamp
with,
grenade
though.
out.
Only one, actually. Maybe that can help them in terms of closing off the angles. So Rolling Thunder is going to come through, Tash.
Oh, it's from both teams, but
down
Noxy
A.
still gets two! What a shot! Cuppy Kick still waiting. Downside,
enemy remaining.
Yuki still wins
30
that
seconds
despite the
left.
peak advantage. Oh, Lulu! Yuki back in yet. Gets the blind out. Doesn't get any value. No one is blinded. No one is peeking. Just waiting right
Spike
now.
planted.
Noxy, that's the plant. No clue where the other members are. Does get planted, does get blinded in the end. It's Noxy with a 4K!
Oh,
What
man.
a big dub!
You know, the crazy part of that is Noxy was stunned by the Rolling Thunder. And she actually managed to get so many kills while being stunned. And also getting the final kill to secure another round for WSF. So everything, once again, is going right for WSF. After losing some rounds to X-Team Bo, they're just not letting anything slide anymore. It's like they don't even need a pause anymore to figure things out, Tash. Imagine if they can take a pause. How many more strategic advantages that they can get from just taking another pause, but they decided they don't need it.
Interesting smoke. Very deep. Yeah. They just don't want them to have access to grass at all. But it wasn't really the full one, but it's with VK with the Marshall. Wow.
Yikes.
Sometimes these thrifty guns are the best guns, especially as Olulu, she's already crouched. Hard to gauge, Interbell. She has that Bucky in there. And just move forward, taking up space. Cuppy Kick from the side. She knows that she was about to peek out. That angle. Dolph still wins that regardless. Gets the heal back up from her teammate. Planting. It's gonna be B. What do you want B? It's very hard to hold.
It is. But the very close to angle. They do have a Bucky for the close range, and Interbell will get it.
gets her down. Rosie's still playing inside the smokes. It's down to VK and Valentine. It's still a 2v2. They know exactly where the other member is. Inside of the nebula.
Diffuse is
What
happening.
exactly are you gonna do? You jump forward? Oh, she's just gonna stay.
enemy remaining.
God! She still gets the kill!
Yeah. I mean, a kill is no problem. The diffuse was the problem
Oh,
for
yeah.
WSF,
Couldn't
though.
see anything.
Yeah, I can't see anything. It was a perfect placement for the Nebula. Valentine did her job well this time around, so I'd say she redeemed herself. You know, the Cosmic Divide lost her round, the Nebula won her round, so that's fair. And all even out, so all good. XDB managed to clinch around in the middle of the chaos. Rosie still managing to get that final kill. Maybe takes her closer to another lockdown. But for now, it's another close round. VK's thinking about it. I can feel it. VK, I know you want to peek. Are you going to do it, though? The TP is placed.
Do it.
Do it. She's doing it. She did it.
Nah, I think I have any value.
Well, she
Hunter's
tried.
Fury. Not gonna get any
Not gonna
value.
get anything this
Oh,
time, yeah.
that Noxy was a little bit of a tag there.
Yeah, it was from VK. VK
Ah,
picked out
okay.
and
It wasn't from
tagged her
there
down.
then.
It
Still
was
got
not
his
the
heal
Hunter's Fury.
regardless.
Yeah. This
So
double stack
quiet.
towards A-Long is interesting, though, Tash. If they peek out towards A-Long, this might be dangerous. Unless they use a flash or a trailblazer. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Oh, they're gonna find her. Snooki has to move away. They're gonna move. Flash comes out as well. Kind of hard to run away. Oh, look at all these
Wow.
utils. What on
Good
earth?
backup.
Just to save Snooki. We're not gonna let you go down. But look at that, Rosie. Already on the east side. Setup's already happening.
30 seconds left.
They put up so many utils and resources on A. They didn't realize
Spike
the sneak was
planted.
already onto C.
Yeah. And now they don't have that many utilities to work with to retake this, so might be really tough for them. Dolph actually gonna be the distraction for Nuke to get that free kill, and now it's a 5v4. It's gonna get even more impossible for them to retake,
Lulu
unless
still gets aftershock kill. But then they're moving forward.
Here.
Can't see anything. Dolph, Nuki, Cupcake. That's one each. Oh, Lulu jumping! She tried to just hop away. You can't hop away from Rosie.
yeah. I'm sorry, I was just laughing because Cupcake died the exact same way she did before.
No.
Just getting wall banged through that box. You know what, Cupcake? You should switch up positions, lady.
Don't
Just
play there anymore.
Don't play there. Just you know what's gonna happen if you play there. That's twice now you've died the same way. But one thing you have to figure out right now, X-Teambo, is how are you gonna deal with 5 ultimates from the side of WSF?
Oh, they were holding those for a long time.
This is gonna be impossible to hold out
I've
from.
got your
Look at this.
trail.
They're just gonna go for it. Seeker's out. What else is there? Just gonna go follow it through.
Trailblazer as well. They have to give up the site. Fault line
Yeah,
as
they
well.
have to.
So many utils already used. Nice little. They can get there as well. Oh, Lulu! Spike does find the broccoli with her gun, but we know there's someone there finally.
Broccoli.
Listen, I haven't had lunch, my dude. Oh wait,
Oh, dude.
it's a reference. Never mind, I forgot. Oh my god, Yuki still gets it, but Snooki. Gonna find a trade there. Rosie gets 1, Rosie gets 2,
enemy
gonna get
remaining.
3. Finally going down to Olulu. It's gonna be Olulu, so very low. The best thing you can do is save.
Save it. Save for your future, lady. You
Save for
still
your
have a
pension.
future if you save now. Don't throw it all away. And well, she decided that. Okay, so all in all, it was actually a pretty cheap round for WSF because it's only a Seekers they invested. They still have a lockdown, they still have a Rolling Thunder. If they want to go A right now, they can do just that. And there's no real way for... actually, never mind. X-Teambo, they do have a Rolling Thunder as well. And this time, they also have a Cosmic Divide.
Yeah,
And
they have a
hopefully,
really
she's going to use it the right way this time around. Not give the advantage to WSF. And there you go. There's the pause that we've been wanting to see. But I'm guessing it's going to come from X-Teambo. Yeah.
Yeah. A little late, but better late than never.
Kind of late. That's true. So they need to talk about the ultimates. On their side, also on their opponent's side, they need to talk about the possibilities of what WSF is going to try to do. Most likely an A hit with the Rolling Thunder and the Lockdown. And the counters they have for that are Cosmic Divide to delay their entry, and a Rolling Thunder back to delay their push as well. And if there's a lockdown, they always have that Aftershock to work with. So, all in all, the ultimates on the side of WSF don't look too scary for X-Teambo to deal with. But of course, things on the ground might go differently from what we've been theorizing on about. So X-Teambo, they're going to have to figure things out as they go with this round.
VK only has 3 kills, Snooki as well, only with 4. I'm surprised that VK wasn't able to pop off on defense. She just wasn't able to get that. Actually, wherever she was holding is where WSF decides not to go, is the issue.
It's the issue, yeah.
Yeah. The life of a Sentinel main.
Sentinel main is always a retake in Sentinel land. But, it's a mid push now for X-Teambo. The initiative. I like this. They need to get initiatives like this going on. Otherwise, they're just going to be waiting for doom on the sides there. Waiting in. And the fact that they're choosing to let go of C is not something I'm a fan of. They're always
so
forced to play on a
times.
retake situation, and so far it's not working too great.
A retakes have been way better, despite the fact that A is actually
True.
harder to retake, which is
Yeah.
honestly so surprising.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Rolling Thunder as well, teleports straight to the back there for Cupcake. Dolph already on the side, they're clearing out logs as well. Smoke out the area. Here the sprays come through. Ooh,
Oh!
VK gets that beautiful
Spike
spray onto
planted.
Dolph.
Yes,
Just
please.
guessed it. Here's Valentine and VK. We're gonna go in together. Rosie with the flirks. She gets one. It's perfectly done. Yuki, very angry corner. She gets one as well. Before stopping a Lulu, VK gets one more. Rosie.
Oh,
Here comes the
lockdown.
lockdown. 2 on 2. Just waiting. She still has her turret. Moving forward with their beautiful use of her utils from Rosie. 3K in her pocket. That's what makes her so good. Cupcake gonna catch him off guard. Her knife was out. Not the greatest situation to be in.
No. And it was all
Last
thanks
round in the
to...
half.
I should call her Mimi, shouldn't I? Because Rosie and Mimi, they don't feel like they're different people. The lurks, the aim... it's like Mimi never left. So, but of course it's Rosie this time. And it was such a perfect job she's done. You know, the lurk, the timing, and of course this lockdown forcing out Olulu to pull out her knife into the embrace of Cupcake. Like, what is going on with X-Teambo? Because WSF, they figured them out.
Hear the sound of tour de force, sending chills down everyone's backs. Question is, can she get the value from it? We haven't seen VK really get those frags just yet, especially on defense where we really want to see her shine. She hasn't had the most aggressive. I think she wants to play aggressive, especially where she is right now.
Yeah.
It's just timing at this point. She's not getting that value because every time she pushes out, she either gets traded or it's just not unlucky. They're just going to the other side. Oh, might get value there onto Cupcake.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, I think it's just barely seen it. Look now.
Still behind a wall though.
Yeah. Got there immediately. We love how Dolph just takes out the site so fast. Valentine didn't realize that she was playing inside the nebula. I love this!
Spike down.
Finally
C.
stopped,
Last
but not
player
before she gets
standing.
2. Valentine gets 1 more. Snooki finds Rosie. Suddenly, we're finally seeing XP come alive again.
There you go. There you go. That was a
Switching
great
sides.
Nebula play. It was all thanks to Valentine just staying alive for so long and finding the right time to push out of that Nebula. It's surprising how WSF wasn't aware of this possibility of, you know, someone just coming out of that Nebula. Someone should have watched it at least. But it was props to Valentine just finding that timing. It was perfect. And so X-Teambo, not too bad. Once again, it's a 5-7. It's not the worst thing in the world. But of course, they would have preferred to have more rounds to work with going into the second half. But we saw how WSF was just relentless in their attack. And they're always going to C. And finally, X-Teambo somehow managed to secure this round even after letting go of the C side. In fact, they didn't let it go. They defended it. And thanks to Valentine with that Nebula play.
Honestly, I don't know why. Throughout so many tournaments I've casted, nobody checks behind that platform and inside the nebula in front of it.
Yeah,
and I see so many multi-frags there, and I'm just like, why is nobody seeing this? Is this a me thing
Please.
or...
Please. It's like an unwritten rule. You see a nebula, nobody's in it. Don't worry about it. There's a nebula, there's a smoke, nobody's in it. Don't even think about it. And
That's the death corner on
well,
C.
surprise, surprise. Someone's in there, and it was Valentine with her great aim on the Bulldog. It was not the easiest weapon to work with on that situation, but still made it work. And thanks to her, it's not too bad. It's a 5-7, and it's still a very possible comeback for X-Team Bo. Just win the pistol round, equalize, and maybe even win bonus again like they did on Breeze. But this time, maybe just capitalize more on it. And don't allow WSF to take those pauses, which you can't control. They will be able to take those pauses, and we haven't seen one from WSF. That is the interesting part of this matchup on this map, Tash.
I'm wondering if they're already feeling the momentum. That's why they didn't have to call for it. Mentally, everyone is still doing well. Regardless, now as we switch, we all know that for Haven, it's a little bit more biased to her attack. Well, at least that's how I feel. So now, as they go into defense, I feel like they have the perfect setup on how they want to play this. All they have to do is equalize. We can go into a map 4. They may see a glimmer of hope. And each map has been pretty close regardless of the 2-0.
Right.
So in your opinion, what can they do to overtake WSF?
Honestly, just do what they did on Breeze, where they're so confident in terms of just taking early executes, taking early control, and just don't be afraid to get countered, because you have to be confident in your capabilities to trade and trust your teammates with their utilities. So now that they're on the attack, they have more control, right? They're the one to dictate the pace of the game. So I say make use of that. Just make sure that you guys are ready for the executes and placing your utilities well, and then just go for it. Trade and win the rounds because you believe in each other. So X-Team Bo, we know how good they are in their executes. We just want to see more of those.
Right now, if you look at Valentine and Olulu, 9 kills each, but Rosie is the one I am really impressed with. I was a little bit concerned just because it's a Killjoy compared to a Chamber.
Yeah.
But Rosie isn't having any problems at all with how she's playing this, and on top of that, now his defense side, we're really gonna see her start shining.
Drone.
Just like that, another fast execute towards C. The C split, kind of delayed by the turret, but don't worry about it. They're still gonna get that. And this is a WSF classic as well, Tash. They're gonna go for the 5v5 retake, and if X-Team Bo is not gonna take more control towards defender's area, dangerous. Dangerous. They checked it. Oh my god, they listened to it.
Valentine move.
Okay, alright.
Not gonna get a taste of our own
No.
medicine, but look at this flank from Nuki. She's just waiting. It's gonna be Rosie. Ooh, she does not able to get the headshot, but they did check. Still gets 1 regardless. Make it 2. Not quite. Has to reload. Unfortunate as Cupcake finds Valentine in the end. 3 versus 2.
Smokes.
Lulu's still waiting. Fault line is there. Just waiting for that tap. Gonna get that tap here come through. Gonna get her off this at least, but Olu does find Cupcake in the end. Recon gonna give it up. Oh, unfortunate spray is too much. Gonna bring it down to a 6-7.
Okay. That was a great attempt, though, by Cupcake to smoke off the spike, and Noxie tried to defuse the half-defused spike. But the position that they defused it in was too obvious, I guess. The pings were great. Helped out XTB to clear out the diffuser, even though it was covered by smoke. Great execute from XTB. So again, I just want to see that. Again and again and again from X-Team Bo. Because if they just execute and do the post plans well, it's easy for them. So it's surprising that they're not doing more of that. So I think they're going to go do the same thing, but towards B this time. Let's see how this is going to go.
Ooh, Noxie. This is a fast onto B. I'm just worried about their post plans right now. Rosie, she gets smoked out here. Ooh, timing was on her side. Could have been seen there as they push into the area of grass. Rosie can get a right click if she times this right. She does have Cupcake on the side as well for the trade. This is not their round. And this is why the rush onto B. Snooki, gonna spray, get 1! Not quite enough to get 2. Right click from Cupcake was just too much. Cupcake can do more than that. Olulu finds 1. Nuki finds 1 at least. There is the gravity well coming through as Noxie finally goes down. Lost 2. And it's gonna be good enough for WSF.
Right here.
They should be satisfied with those kills, especially by only classics. So they're gonna have full utilities
Need
and
help.
guns this time around to work with to defend their sites. I see Rosie switching out between a Vandal and a Phantom. She's like deciding, what kind of person am I today? Am I a sane person today, or am I a... I don't want to say the word.
Remaining.
It's too rough. But what I'm saying is Vandal is superior. Okay, guys? Please use the
Depends on
Vandal.
day. Phantom on days I whiff. Vandals on day I'm feeling good about myself. So how is she feeling is the question.
Yeah.
Cupcake playing in the smokes. Oh, she misses that. They're just gonna assume there's no one
Close.
there.
Blinding.
Withdraw the paranoia. You really gonna be
Flash.
spraying from the back. Cupcake as well gets one. Rosie gets one more. What a crazy firing range. Rosie gets
Oh,
one
God.
more. Cupcake with
Spike
another.
down.
You only
C.
need 2 people to hold a sight. Valentine just waiting here. She's all alone.
Oh. Well, now I'm torn because Cupcake used the Phantom and Rosie used the Vandal, and they both made it work. So, you know what? You do you guys. But Valentine, what are you gonna do? She will get spotted. Everybody's gonna converge onto her, and
She's still
getting
holding.
stunned up. She's gonna get focused so much. There's literally not much she can do. Nuki is just gonna decide to end the round just like that, and WSF decides not to give away their bonus round. And with that, WSF takes the lead once more.
This is their first bonus that they won today. In the last
I
2
think
maps,
so,
they
yeah.
lost it.
One enemy.
And I think this is great for them as they move forward with their momentum. Even then, I think because on the second round, they took away 2 Spectres, that was also pretty good.
Yeah, it was a big factor, yeah. Allowed them to win that bonus easily because the Spectres weren't brought over. But now they have 5 Vandals. See, this is a great team. They have 5 Vandals.
Placing
All right, I'm
swarm
going to
for
stop with that Phantom versus Vandal thing.
Starting World
the
War
Olulu-
II.
Ooh!
Speaking of World War II, it's going to be Olulu with the opening for that.
That's good. Always so sharp with the Vandal Olulu. And now, off of that kill, they're going to go decide and execute towards A. And this is what I want to see. Just go for it. Just don't be afraid to use your advantage. And,
Oh, she actually smoked out this area. Now, ooh, Olulu.
that was
You
so close.
crazy girl, just tanking that. She was readying that Rolling Thunder. She's just waiting for it to happen. Flash comes
Off
through.
your feet!
You get the information. Everyone is concussed. Gonna flash out. Just to give some information. At least for now, it's gonna be a trade from Nuki and Snowki as well. Valentine just putting up those nebulas and the stars. Snooki, what are you gonna do? You do have the Seekers.
Spike
But with the
planted.
Seekers in, if you don't have access to sight, it's a whole different story.
Can't come out. They're gonna find people towards Graffiti and Default, but they're stunned up. That was such a perfect fault line to delay any push whatsoever, but they're
Great
gonna
by
do it
Yuki.
anyway.
Lulu as well getting fired by Rosie. Valentine does get one, but what? They still managed to do it! They held the sight!
VK? Where did that come from? Okay. It looked really good at the start for WS7 on that retake. Off of that Seekers, they found 2. But VK decided not today. And they keep their lead in check. It's now 8-8, and I don't think there's any money on the bank for WSF, so they're gonna have to eco this round.
Only thing they have are sheriffs and a Spectre.
I mean, to be fair, it's good enough for some people.
It's good enough for me.
Oh, is it? Flexing your thrifty jeans, huh? All right, all right. Let's see if they have the same thing as Tash. Are you as good as Tash, WSF, with those sheriffs?
We've seen crazy in thrifties from the past few days. I really want to see them bring that back. It's a great morale booster as well if you think about it. 8-8, this is closer than I thought. We may just be seeing an overtime, honestly, this week's up, but
Might be it.
was he gonna get that heal at least? Only topping up to 90. It's not gonna be full. She has no shields.
Why would
Swear,
she only heal
plus-
up to 90, though? It's like, yeah, it's just 10 more. Give it
Yeah, they're like, nah, if you want more, you have to get kill first. Gotta pay the toll!
This is
It's
a
not
merit-based
free!
team, all right? You don't get a kill, you don't get a heal.
Waiting here as they make so much noise onto A main. Cupcake just waiting. Can she get a headshot? Yes, she does!
There you have it.
Perfectly done. Snowkey still gets Noxy. Cosmic Divide. not gonna allow them
30
safe
seconds
passage, at least from CT. Plant coming through. They can just wait it out. They have time.
Spike
Golf with
planted.
only 5 HP. But a headshot is all that she needs.
Nuki. Oh, she's low. VK is low, so this is going to be an easy kill for Nuki. And now off of the flashes, the retake can be initiated. Are they going to find more, though?
And now we have that Valentine nasty corner to work with.
Enemy
Looking
remaining.
forward. Nuki with one.
Wow.
Look at that. One each from everyone. Everyone's doing their work. Get a
Yes.
heal. Everyone gets heal.
That was... Everybody deserves a heal, but they have no healer, so...
Yeah, true.
Getting it anyway. But that was a perfect hold. It was looking a bit scary because there's the numbers advantage for WSF, but of course, with their positioning and their composure, being able to switch targets flawlessly in between, that allowed X-Teambo to hold on to that side until they win it out and take the lead once more from WSF. And WSF, this is what we've been waiting for them. This pause is going to be so important. They'll be able to figure out what's going on, guys. What is X-Teambo doing that's giving them free access to the site, making it hard for us to retake? Oh, you know what, Dolph? You should pull out the operator.
Oh yeah,
Go.
absolutely.
Go.
I think also what's great about it is the fact that X-Team Bo didn't have to really worry about those flanks coming through. I mean, we did see one flank from Yuki, and that was the only time we saw a flank from them. I would like to
Yeah.
see more of, like, if say someone goes C, we see maybe 2 people coming in from C main. A nice pinch coming through would just catch them off guard, perhaps. Regardless, for X, I think what's really good about seeing them is the fact that they have these really nasty crossfires coming through. Makes retaking so hard.
Yeah, I love how Alulu was just on it, you know. Oh, we have a crossfire. Okay, I'm gonna go and get in position, and then we'll have the crossfire, and then we're ready.
You want to play? Let's play.
I love that we're seeing those systems in play.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Aggressive
He's on.
things was 1 each! Perfect execution as Rosie's alarm bot does get triggered immediately. The Nebula comes through. VK can't see anything. Pops that just to buy some time from Rosie.
It's a
Anyone
lockdown.
pushes through that smoke, they're gonna go down, and they're planting from C-Long.
Interesting that they didn't pull off the lockdown early, but now there's the pinch that we're talking about. They are gonna get pinched. Be careful, X-Teambo. If you don't take more control, you're gonna get pinched like sardines in a sandwich.
Ooh, VK gets one!
ready.
Gets flash. Oh, unfortunate. She almost got that. Aftershock as well. Not gonna allow her in position. Look at Valentine.
enemy
Catches Dom. Dopsy with a wall bang. And there's Rosie from the side.
My God.
What a great retake. This is what I wanted to see. Look at that pinch coming through from them.
Yeah, it was perfect. They waited and I guess now I agree that they didn't pull off the lockdown because they were actually trying to pinch. So if they did put the lockdown down, it was going to push X-Teambo towards C-Long, and that might have messed up the timing on the flank. So all in all, it was actually a great sequence. Not that, though. Nuki.
I was hoping for a call out there because it seemed like it was lined up.
It was close. It was close.
One enemy remaining.
Not meant to be for XTB. For now, though, it is a 9-9. It is such a tight map. A lockstep in between these two teams. And they still have money to work with for both teams. They still have an operator on Dolph, but they're not going to find anything towards that A side. And it's looking like it's going to be another C split for X-Teambo.
See the fault line. Just sort of giving them space. She's not playing in the smoke. They know she's there. Ooh, top picking still by 2 regardless. 3! 2, actually. Sorry about that. Here's Dolph with the rotation. That was huge by Cupcake. She pushed through the smoke.
Seeker's out. This is gonna figure out the positions of the post planters. The flash is gonna be followed through, and switches down to a Vandal. Dolph already gonna be pulling off some great shots.
What a spray!
Talk about great shots. Make it an amazing one.
It's been
Now she's even
multi-frags
gonna
from
recover
them.
the operator too. Dude, that was perfectly aligned for WSF. Couldn't go better than that.
I'm so curious to know what exactly they talked about in that timeout. It's not really a huge dramatic shift like what we would see from major teams every time it's a timeout. It's just tiny tiny changes. It's still the same
Spike
gameplay,
down,
but just
siege.
different in terms of execution.
Yeah. It's like they're just trying to settle their nerves down, you know, and allows them to just explore their decisions in a much clearer mind state. So WSF, they made that work. They now find a lead again over X Team Bo. The operator's still not going to find anything, but I think this time we might see a possible cross, but no. Dolph let the angle go, leaving only Nuki behind towards A lobby. But you know what? No, Dolph changes her mind again. Gonna peek at the right time this time and finds a free kill!
Yuki almost got one. Dolph repositioning. Let's try to see if anyone actually pushes out that. That Nebula is not allowing both of them to see each other. Rosie's setup onto B is what I like. Look at that. It's nasty.
That's a massive trap laid out, and if they decide to go B, it's gonna be one hell of a nightmare. And it looks like they are being steered to do just that, Tash.
They have a cross onto B as well. Snooki, very aggressive angle here. Interbell is there just to see if anyone pushes out. No one's gonna be doing that. Liking that WSF is just taking their time. Don't have to commit. And everyone
30
is at least
seconds
on,
left.
at least one person on one side.
Yeah. And the jump jiggling on C is so important to know if there's any C push coming. There's also a turret towards garage. There's utilities towards B. This is so perfect, but there is this lurk though. I love this lurk from Snowkey. Snowkey's gonna find one, and that's gonna mess up the formation on the side of WSF, I mean. Never mind, she's missing all her Blade Storm. Nox is gonna find her. Valentine and Rosie is dancing in the smoke, and they're just gonna clean it up towards B. The traps were effective, to say the least, Tash.
Ooh, I have to say that we heard the plant come through, but this time around, what the problem is that XTB took too long. They wanted this explosive play coming onto B, but those traps that Rosie put there denied that. All she had to do was just stay alive, just stay all the way in the back.
That's right. And that she did. 11-9. Oh, the scrappy buys. They're forcing it way too much, I think. X-Timbo forced the last round. They're forcing a little bit this round. Save it enough to go full buy the next round. And now they're going to go for a full C commit.
You are divided!
Plays this, we hear the Cosmic Divide. This time, it's a little different. Just get the side, but Rosie was watching the other side. Cupcake, that's one more. Interbell gonna trade out Cupcake here. Rosie, repositioning. She has the lockdown. She can play for it if she wants, but they still have a man advantage. Plant coming through here. Jabel only half
Spike
HP
planted.
left. Waiting for their teammates before they actually do that, but it's gonna be planted at least for C-Long. The Cosmic Divide does go down.
Spike! Here!
Positioning of the lockdown is going to be the key here. If she decides to use it, but no, they're just going to take. But the flash actually prevents her teammate from pushing onto VK, and that allowed her to get a kill. And this might just be possible now for XTB. Down to 2 versus 2. 100 unit being pulled up, and the vision is messed up, and Valentine's going to find a kill.
One. Interbell all alone. Just bleeding.
No time.
What are you gonna do? Yep, she's just gonna grab a gun and run.
God.
They're just trying. She gets the kill, but that's not the point. And she's just gonna go down.
Tash, oh my goodness, that flash could have been it.
Oh,
I think the Nuki flash onto Noxie might have cost them the round because that bought so much time. And this free kill too. That should not have happened.
It's just timing at this point. They're just not sure where everyone is. Miscommunication coming through. And these kind of small, I would say, mistakes can just cost you everything.
Oh god, the snowball effect on that flash is unreal. And XTB, they have that to thank for. Now they have one round difference in between them. And looks like an A execute is coming. And I think they're just gonna go fast, and we know how we love seeing X-Timbo go fast. So I think this might work out very well for them. But there's this lurk from
Off your feet!
VK.
Timing. important here. Snooki can really take the site. Now Scarab pushing out toward Dolph. Getting one each. Nuki does find
Last
one, but
player
it's a
standing.
massacre there. Rosie gonna catch one. Unfortunately, not able to get the kill. Gonna pick up a gun at least. Plant comes through.
Spike planted.
They're just looking for her now. They're not allowing her to get away. As Olulu with the 3K in her pocket. The multi-frag Olulu is back, baby.
Baby. Olulu is back at the top of the scoreboard with 18 frags. Impact she's given to X-Team Bo has been massive. But of course, there's still that operator to deal with now. Dolph is back on it. Something WSF have been struggling with, I feel like, is figuring out where X-Team Bo is committing to. And so far, they've been able to retake somewhat. Even though they didn't close it out, they did manage to kill everyone. And another A execute is looking like it's gonna come from X-Team Bo. And
So 2 utils thrown out there.
yeah, the rotation needs to be faster now on the side of WSF.
Blocking sight.
Fast Snooki already on the side again. Catches someone off guard. This is exactly what she does every round, but then Aftershock catches her off guard. Nuki gotta go for heaven. Plant coming through there. She does have 2 shock darts. So Lulu
Lockdown.
playing from C main. There's a lockdown. Gonna give her teammates a lot of space. Unfortunately, no one is waiting from main here. Was kind of hoping for that. At least to catch them off guard, rather.
Oh no, the defuse is already happening. This is bad,
they're
Tash.
sticking
They're not
it.
gonna be able to do anything. No way.
Nuki still gets one more as well.
Placing sentry. Match point.
Oh, that is so heartbreaking. But that was just perfectly played by WSF. They knew exactly what they have in store. They have a lockdown, and there's no way for X-Team Bo to deal with it. And they so they just stuck with the defuse. That's it.
Yeah, it was
Plain
a
and
very
easy.
front forward sort of diffuse. You can't really play a lineup for that as well.
No,
Ooh.
man.
Imagine if this turns into an on-it game. Full 24 rounds.
You want to play? Let's play.
It is an on-it game, isn't it? It's a 24-round game. We are in round number 24, and Dolph is actually...
Whoa.
That was so close! Copycake got tagged down to 56, and VK might be...
Wait, Dolph doesn't know. I mean, Vika doesn't know that Dolph is there.
No, she doesn't. She might pay with her life if she peeks a little bit forward.
Let's see who wins the battle of the ops. Oh, Dolph repositioned.
Timing.
Oh, man. I
The
think he thought
timing
that
on this too.
she might have gone away. Just how we
Who's
saw
gonna
someone
get
go
it?
through garage as well.
Yeah.
Not happening though, as I think
No.
B. Oh, they're going to go toward B. Oh, here we go! Dolph won
play.
that! Here we go! Rosie,
Grenade out.
she's gonna just pop those swarm grenades. They have to really take up space toward
flash.
Link. Snooki wants to push forward, can't see anything. No cues. Plant is coming through regardless. No one gets tagged by the nano swarms.
Take here, of course. They push for more control, and this is exactly what they needed if they want to stay alive in this post plant. The flash is good though, catching 2, but there's no follow-up.
Nobody's on the side. Gets flashed. They know there's someone there at least. We do hear the tap at least coming through. But here's Dolph gets one. Nuki gets one more. Nuki gets
No.
2. But for now, the trade does come through. It's gonna be happening. It might just be real here. It's gonna be WSF taking this home. They go 13-11, 3-0
Defenders win.
against XTB. They are
Wow.
the team, the second team to go into Elite.
Wow, W Streak female. It is so true to their name that it's insane how they've been playing so well. They are totally deserving of this slot into Elite, and I'm pretty darn sure that they'll be able to show us even more good stuff going into this next stage of this tournament circuit. They are up there, Tash, with all the best teams of the Game Changer circuit in Asia Pacific, and I am so proud to have been a part of this journey that they've gone through. So hard. There's so much commitment, so much passion that we can see from each individual from the team, and that is showing from the way they played today. Every player deserves to be here, and a huge congratulations once again to W Streak Esports Female for making it to Elite.
We're loving that rebrand. W Streak is the name. And honestly,
Yes.
3-0, but every round were just so close. But
Yeah.
what I'm liking about them is their mental strength, how they're able to still hold it together despite so many rounds in the row lost. A team
Yeah.
that really runs on momentum. True to their
And the
name.
pauses.
Oh,
The
yeah, that
pauses
too.
were so effective, Taj. I take my words back. The pauses are not weird. The pauses are effective as hell. And it gave them the 3-0. And of course, Rosie swapping in for Mimi was also so effective. Like I said, it's like Mimi never left with the lurks, with the headshots, with the impact that she delivered as an anchor and as a lurker. Rosie was phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Olulu as well, I think one thing that we can really give it to XTB is Olulu's consistency throughout
Correct.
every map, throughout every round. She's a
Agreed.
very high impact player. But at the same time, it feels like for WSF, every single player has been impactful every single round, especially from Nuki with those very aggressive plays with her utils, and Cupcake, who is not afraid to take up space all the way to the back of site.
Yeah, she was just always so effective in surviving and buying time for teammates to back her up. And that was just one of the many things that a teammate can do to contribute to winning a round. And, well, they won 13 rounds in total. And X-Teambo, even though they lost today, I feel like they've got so much potential showing us today, right, Tash? Like, in the form of their abilities as individuals, in the form of their bravery when it comes to executing together. We know for sure that they are pretty good when it comes to executing as a team. We just need to see some more polished executes and some more initiatives, I guess, from the individuals, as if like they're not scared. Because if they start playing scared, then that's when things start to fall apart for them. But regardless, it's been a great showing for X-Teambo. But of course, in the end, we can only crown one winner for today, and that is WSF Female.
Yep, WSF Female. From their rebrand, I have to say that their performance has been utterly next level. Very different than what we saw in the last stage. They're a lot more confident, a lot more, I would say, polished in how they move together. They have a great trading system going on, buddy system, I have to say, in terms of their crossfires.
Yeah, it's always so effective. It's always so good when it comes to these executes, because they can just rely on their teammates all the time to be able to trade them. And so this allows them to not be afraid of taking all these awkward positions. Like this, for example, it was so hard for Cupcake to stay alive there, but Rosie just came in time to save her, and that allowed her to get even more kills, because she knows every time she dies, there's always going to be her teammate there to save the round.
There were some mistakes that were very glaring, but you saw that recovery coming in from the next round is what I'm very amazed at. Because sometimes you can get very tilted from these minor mistakes.
True.
But because of this recovery you see from the round and round again, sometimes you don't even need a timeout for that recovery. They just mentally reset every time each round comes live.
Yeah. I love how the progression goes. You know, WSF used to take pauses so early in the game, 3-1, and they take a pause. Now they only took a pause in the second half. So it's like they're getting way more comfortable as every map goes. And of course, this will be a confidence boost for them, you know, winning this matchup, qualifying to Elite. This is proof that they are up there in the top 8 of the Asia Pacific Game Changer circuit. So more power to you, WSF. I expect more good games from you guys over there later on Elite.
Yeah, the fact that they have a 6-lady roster is something that I really want to highlight as well. Especially since it's kind of reminiscent to what Team Secret has. A certain player playing certain maps, which means that you don't have everyone memorizing every single map, which is honestly so great for the team's morale as well as their energy coming through. Great for even long matches as well, if you think about it.
Yeah, stamina is definitely a factor, right? And I guess it doesn't apply as much when it's a quick 3-0, but still, if you were to go the full length of the series, then it might come in play. But today, we have to crown WSF as the winner with a convincing 3-0 victory. It's amazing how dominant they can be when it's not against Extend S. Of course, Extend S is still the dominating team, but I guess it was enough for WSF to win against X-Teambo, and all these other teams they beat along the way to qualify into Elite, and now they have another chance to maybe even get a revenge onto X10S if they manage to meet them.
Yeah, I think for XNS, the team that put both X Team BO as well as WSF into the lower brackets, I think for the teams that have been playing in this tournament, they are really looking forward for their revenge arc next season. But as for WSF, they want to move forward. I have to say, their potential has been absolutely real for a team that is. I think they've only been here since stage 2, I believe, as L Streak. So they haven't been together for that long.
No, and the fact that they have improved so much is giving us even more hope that they can deliver so much greatness when it comes to Elite against all these other teams. So I'm excited to see what else they have in store for us, Tash. But of course, we're going to have to wait a little bit. Today is the end of LCQ, so there's going to be a gap in between us. There's champions to watch, so these ladies, they're going to have some time to prepare, to maybe bring more strategies into their playbook and prepare to face against all these other teams that maybe they've lost to before. And so they're going to be able to fix those mistakes that they've made in the past and just make sure that they don't do it again and again in this next matchup.
Okay, but for now, let's have an interview with our winning team. It's going to be WSF. Let's see who's on the line.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who's on the line?
I think this is Dolph. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm Dolph.
Yes. Hi. Congratulations on winning, Dolph and Team WSF.
Thank
you
you.
guys played so good. And you are so sharp, by the way. Why are you not playing more Jet? Is this a team decision? Or are you like, no, I can play Sova?
No, I don't really like Jet.
Oh,
I prefer like
wow.
race more like that, and like the
Okay.
coach prefer like me to play Sova instead.
I see.
All
Okay.
right. So my question for you is, did you think that you were actually going to make it to Elite?
Yeah,
Really?
like yeah, we actually like confident.
Okay. That's great. I love that mindset. Like, why go into a match thinking that, oh, maybe we can't win, maybe we're just gonna lose. I think that's great. So congratulations again. One question about the team though. Has it been hard to improve, or has it been a great time with you and your teammates to, fix your mistakes, because you've been losing to some of the bigger teams? What did you learn from those previous losses?
Actually, like for the open overtime, like we had been together like for only like 10 days, and
Yeah.
now together we have prepared like 4 months already.
Okay.
So like there were lots of mistakes, and like we have to fix with each other, and I mean like we adapt to each other a lot. Like
Yeah.
because we totally have like different play style. Like 3 of us have another play style, and another 3 of us like also have another play style.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what made your team decide to have a 6-girl roster instead of just 5?
Huh? Actually, like we were only 5 people, but and another one is like one of our friends. So we can like agree that yeah, we can have like 6 people in the team.
I see. Okay, so the sixth player roster is decided because, you know what, we have a friend. Maybe she can play for us, and then it just so happens that you guys fit pretty well together in the past 4 months. So that's how you guys made it work. So again, any thoughts you want to share with us? Like, how are you feeling right now? Anything you want to say to the teams that you're gonna play against in Elite, or anything you want to say to your teammates or fans, maybe? Please.
Actually, I don't really have like much words, like because we are quite new to Elite, and like we are improving ourselves to like the last stage. So please be mercy on us.
Oh, nah.
No, I
You
think
guys
everybody.
don't give mercy
Yeah,
to them.
no. And you, everybody loves you, so you don't have to worry about people worry. No, you don't have to worry about anything. Don't worry about it. Okay. Any last question, Tash, before we close it out?
I want to say congratulations to you. Really excited. Really love seeing the rebrand from L Streak Esports to W Streak. Suits you guys. And yeah, good luck in Elite.
Good luck.
Yeah,
thank you, Dolph.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye bye.
Oh my god. She's like, so they were confident, Tash. They were confident that they were gonna win a slot to Elite, so I think that's what made it possible for them. So props to W Streak Esports Female. Congratulations on the slot to Elite. It's not done yet. The year is still happening, and you guys will still have much to do to prepare for this upcoming matches against some of the bigger teams that's been waiting and preparing as well. So it's not gonna be easy, Tash. So let's see what happens next.
I'm really excited for that. So for now, this is the end of our tournament for VCT Game Changers APAC LCQ. I'm Tashbunny alongside Sleepy. Thanks so much for spending time with us. And don't forget to follow us on all our social medias,
please.
YouTube, Instagram, and everything else in between. And we'll see you guys at Elite.
Thank you.
Wanna get it, funk in the club, funk in the club, with a funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, with a get it, funk with a couple hundred bucks. Funk in the club, funk in the club, with a funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, with a get it, funk with a couple hundred bucks. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, yeah. Everybody round, everybody round, yeah. Know we get hype. Everybody round, everybody round. Wanna get it, funk in the club, funk in the club, with a funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, with a get it, with a couple hundred bucks. Funk in the club, funk in the club, with a funk in the club, funk in the club, funk in the club, funk